Listen to me. You don't know me and we'll never meet. I had a problem like you once. I drank and used to party a little too much till it got out of control and almost ruined my life. I realized I needed help to fix my problem before it totally destroyed me. If you've tried to fix your drinking and drug problem and you know you can't do it alone, you need to call the National Treatment Advisors. They'll immerse you into a 30-day program to replace your old habits with new habits and totally change your life. And if you have PPO private health insurance, the entire program may be covered. Fix your problem right now before it gets any worse. Get clean. Call now and learn more. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252. 800-296-1252.
MoJo 50. The question isn't who's going to let us. The question is who's going to stop us. Adjust your mojo now. Thank you. The mothership has landed. Doc Thompson. Brad Staggs. Almighty MoJo 50.
Well, you know what they say. It's Friday Eve. And so says a guy named Rennie Pincus.
Oh, Rennie.
Oh, Rennie Pincus. Pincus. He barely knew us. Hey-oh.
You say it's Thursday, I call it Friday Eve.
Not a bad little song, really.
My hands are empty, I got nothing.
Got that 55. When was that created?
2011.
No
and
kidding.
In that time, in the past, 8 years, it has had 444 views. So you're welcome, Rennie. There's never 445.
There you go.
We got to get a hold of Rennie's probably dead or something, but we should get it. It's not a bad little song for Thursday, for Friday Eve, here on the banks of the beautiful MoJo River, where
You were having a little discussion this morning outside.
I was. I don't know who that person was. I have no idea. They just wandered in. I shooed them off. That's all.
I heard you shooing them off.
It's my story. I'm sticking to it. Maybe I was just arranging a vacation. It could have been it. You can now fake a vacation. You can go to fakeavacation.com. I'm not kidding. This is the most bizarre thing for anywhere from $39 to, I guess the price goes up from there. You can send them your picture and they will superimpose you at Disneyland, at the Grand Canyon. They'll superimpose
on the
you
beach
in Hawaii.
That's funny.
Las Vegas, Niagara Falls, Orlando. And here's what I want to find out. It says, because their little drop-down menu says Las Vegas, Disneyland, Hawaii, and more. So naturally, I want to see where else.
What does that say? Oh.
It says page wasn't working, but I'm going to hit reload and see if it... Aha! All right, more. We'll click on more and see where else you can go. Well, I swear to you, here we go. Custom packages. That was it. Boy, this page, this website sucks. You can also go to your choice of destination for $99, or you can have the surprise package for $49. That's where they choose the destination. That's a little weird, isn't it? When you have them.
A little bit.
Here's my picture. Tell me where I went.
Brad.
What?
We need the MoJo Studios to be one of those.
I know. That's what I was thinking. If they can make money off of Fake a Vacation by having people send their pictures and all they do is place them in another location, we're doing it wrong.
Fake a MoJo visit.
Oh, yeah. Then we could have pictures of us. They could be standing in here with us. We could be talking to them. They could, on the banks of the MoJo River. In the MoJo 50 kitchen.
There are many here listening that don't have to have a fake picture.
Right. Yeah. Well,
it's those that desired to be here who couldn't.
Exactly.
That we could.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
For a little money, for a little cash, we can make your dreams come true. Which is, by the way, what it says down here at Fuel City. Have you ever noticed that?
No.
On the back of there's a gas station about a mile down the road called Fuel City. They make the best tacos ever.
Oh, and fried pies.
Oh, it's so good. But on the back of their gas pump canopy, in neon letters, it says, "Where dreams come true." Remember,
the Fuel City.
This is a gas station where dreams come true. And I just can't imagine the day that they put that in. It was like, okay, hey, you know what we need to put on the back of our canopy at the gas station? Where dreams come true.
You know, I've gotten gas there 100 times, and I've never
seen that.
No.
See, that's
it's
why.
Is it on the back of the canopy facing the building?
Correct.
Okay.
You need to look up every now and then.
Where I don't.
With your good eye.
I don't look up.
Uh-huh. A woman's Tinder match. I'm thinking this guy's not getting a second date. This happened this week, actually. A man and a woman went out after meeting on Tinder, and after the date, he sent her a text. He said, not going to lie, you're a bit of a joke, but that dress in the last photo is not doing any favors. Hope this helps. And
what a putz.
I know, and she responded, excuse me? And he says, you heard. So she says, why did you feel like you needed to comment on it? Is your head that far up your own arse that you thought your opinion mattered? And he said, literally had to tell you, else I wouldn't have slept. It's awful, you not reckoned? What are they from? Yoda's home planet? The way they talk. Charity shop job. I tell you what, grow up and shop somewhere decent. Thanks. I hope this helps.
What does thanks, I hope this helps? Does that make it better?
No, it just pretty much made it worse.
That's not bad looking.
That's not a horrible dress. It does look.
She must have shunned him.
It looks a little like she may have taken that off of the
bedspread,
or the windows. It does kind of, but still, yeah. Either she was a real pain in the ass to go out with, or he was. One of the two. Yeah, she must have dissed him. Do you notice she's in a hotel room though? So, that's kind of weird. You take your Tinder picture in a hotel room. A little different.
Kind of depends on what she's looking for.
Yes, it does. Well, on Tinder, I think you're just looking for conversation, right? You're just looking for somebody to...
I would not know that.
Have stimulating conversation. We should ask Matt Locke. He met his beautiful wife on
Match.com.
Uh-huh. So, okay, so I found the party music here. So this is our party. This is our celebration because we are celebrating, and it just happened, yesterday? We hit 1 million, and we're now at 1,011,602 downloads. Is that across the board? Is that like everything?
That's all shows.
Okay.
On Spreaker.
Just on Spreaker.
Just on Spreaker. That doesn't include anything on... Now, I will tell you that almost every place that podcasts our shows...
Yes.
It originates from Spreaker. So, like, if you're out on iHeartRadio listening to the shows...
Right.
Most all of them, with the exception of a few of our shows...
Mm-hmm.
When you click on the podcast on iHeartRadio, it's actually originating from Spreaker. So that counts as a...
Well, that's good.
Yeah, as a play or a download.
So we have now topped 1 million downloads, 1 million plays, 1 million thingies.
Yeah.
So people have listened to us or ignored us at least 1 million times.
Over 1 million times.
That is great. And to celebrate, we have a brand new shirt over on MoJo50.com.
We do?
Don't we?
Yeah.
Oh, good. I was going to say.
No, I was confirming your statement. Yes, we do.
Do not scare me like that. I mean, I thought we did. Maybe we don't. It is. And where did this saying come from?
I think this came from Whiskey 6.
Okay. Stand back. I don't know how big this thing's going to get.
Yep.
It's
got the MoJo logo right on the front. And on the back. Stand back. I don't know how big this thing's going to get.
All right, and is there a promo code, or are we just...
There actually is a promo code.
Raking them over the code
for those that happen to be listening to us, use promo code JACKHOLE.
All right.
When you check out for 5% off.
Is that capital J or small
J?
It doesn't matter. So case, the case doesn't matter.
Yep.
Okay, case insensitive.
Yep.
So
JACKHOLE. Use JACKHOLE, you get 5% off.
5% off the shirt. It's at MoJo50.com. Click on shop. I'll bet you. And then
you can find it under T-shirts or limited time design.
Let me just see how easy it is to find. Design. I'll tell you how easy. See limited time designs. I clicked there, pulled that down. And same as downtown breaking news. Where the hell is it? Stand back. It's in the middle. So it's nice and easy to see. It's the one in the middle that doesn't have the word sale on it.
That's correct, because it's not on sale. It has a...
unless, of course, you have a promo code.
It has a coupon.
A coupon. Has a coupon. Use your coupon. Use your coupon. There is no Q in coupon.
That's right, but only the jackholes would know that, right?
That's true.
If you're listening, you're probably a jackhole.
Yeah. Stand back. I don't know how big this thing's going to get. Mojo 50 radio, mojo50.com, it says on the back. It's a real conversation starter. It'll make you better looking. People will like you more, and you'll be smarter if you wear this shirt. And you'll save 5% if you use promo code JACKHOLE.
That's all cool. Mine's on its way.
Ron, that was awfully nice of you to put that together. How long did it take you to design that?
About 3 minutes.
Good. I would expect no less from you. Let's see. A story out of let's do this now. I don't want to. Yeah, here we go. Lucas Bates of southeastern England. He big dreamer while he was running the London Marathon just last month, April 28th. In addition to finishing, Bates had hoped to secure a Guinness World Record as the fastest runner dressed as an iconic building. So you see, you can get a Guinness Book of World Records for just about anything.
Yeah, I would venture a guess he was the only runner running dressed as a
aha, that's where you would be incorrect, sir.
Okay.
His costume, the tower known as Big Ben in London, rose several feet above his head. That's turned out to be his problem. As Bates approached the finish line, his costume got caught up on the scoreboard structure overhead. Finally, another sympathetic race steward helped Bates free himself, make it over the finish line in 3 hours, 54 minutes, and 21 seconds, missing by only 20 seconds the record held by Richard Metz, who ran last year's Berlin Marathon dressed as Germany's Holstentergate.
So he probably dicked around there for 21 seconds.
Yeah.
He could have had the record.
He could have had. Well,
except
he got tangled
he kept
up.
smashing his head into the scoreboard.
He got not his head, the top of Big Ben. He was dressed as Big Ben.
What? Every time he smashed his head into the scoreboard, what did you hear?
Dong.
Dong.
Yeah. Poor guy. I mean, he just wanted the Guinness Book of World Record. He just wanted the record.
The headline on that story.
Which one? Oh, the one.
Running out of time.
See? Exactly. Now, we have to balance that out because there is a happy story. When you have a story like that, see, and on a show like this one, we have to balance it out with a story that actually has a happy ending. Ish. Well,
whoa, look at that.
A 60-inch tall donut tower has broken the Guinness Book of World Records. And this was just yesterday. They announced they being Guinness Book of World Records, announced a Jewish group in South Africa, broke the record for the world's tallest stack of donuts. See, while we get up and go to work every day, somewhere in the world there's somebody trying to figure out how to break a record for the tallest stack of donuts, for running a marathon dressed as a building, or any other number of things. Hashtag we are doing it wrong. The record-keeping organization announced it has reviewed the evidence submitted by the Jewish Life Center in Johannesburg and verified the 59.84-inch stack. Boy, they get right down to the nitty-gritty, don't they?
Quite honestly, I don't see how it would be difficult to beat that record.
Well, here's the difficult part. The stack included 3,100 donuts.
Okay, besides making the donuts, is it the fact that it's so heavy that it would collapse if there were one more donuts?
Yes.
I guess.
I mean, think about how much that's going to cost. 3,100 donuts is not cheap. So unless you own a donut store and you can just whip these things out there, you're going to be plunking down some cash, and if you come in an inch short, that's going to suck. But the record was made with 59.84 inches of donuts. Organizers of the attempt say they used several different software products to predict the structural integrity of the tower. Man, we've got too much time on our hands. And they consulted with a structural engineer and an architect to help design a structure.
So that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about, is the structural integrity.
Well, of course it is.
In other words.
Yes, donuts and structural integrity go hand in hand.
Donuts and my structural integrity.
Right. They keep your center of gravity lowered. That's a lot of donuts. So we have the yin and the yang of records this morning. The Big Ben fiasco, if you will, and the Donut Tower having broken the world record. Since we're talking about food, I thought that it would be interesting. We're almost on grilling season. It's almost here.
Oh, yeah. Somebody was grilling next door 2 weeks ago.
Technically, what is it? Memorial Day kind of opens the grilling season,
Correct.
right?
Yep.
Consumption of hot dogs in America, typically in the 3 months of grilling season, which is summer, 7 billion hot dogs are consumed. That would be a total of 818 hot dogs per second that are grilled in the United States of America, which is why we love this country so much.
Do you like hot dogs?
Yeah, don't you?
I do, but I can only eat like one.
I know. I've never understood. Yes,
I can't.
No. And
These people who do the hot dog eating challenges.
No, and then you got to dip the bun in water.
By about the third wiener, I would gag. I could not. I could not do it.
I'll just keep this going. Keep going. Don't stop. No, I couldn't either.
I can't do it.
Ugh. And it's those skinny little bastards too. They're the ones that always win.
I know.
Well, MoJo Wild Rice has you covered when it comes to grilling. They have their sampler pack on sale right now. It is perfect for kicking up your grilling skills. By the way, how many people? 75% of Americans own a grill. 70, that's a lot of people. If you go to MoJoWildRice.com, you scroll down just a smidge, you will find there the grilling sampler pack 2019, not to be confused with last year's. And if you use promo code GRILL10, MoJoWildRice.com, or you go to SpoonieWildRice.com, whichever, you'll save 10% on the grilling sampler pack. It includes salt-free garlic and herb seasoning for meats, veggies, and potatoes. It can be used as a dry or an oil rub. The Northwoods Jerk Seasoning is for awesome flavor on pork, salmon, or chicken. Or you can be a rule breaker and you can use it anywhere you want to. You can use the raspberry wine jelly as a delicious base for marinades or dipping sauces, or you can brush it directly on your meat.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Man, this is making me
My wife is going to
hungry.
hate me for this next statement, but you know what I just remembered?
What?
We bought a grill before we moved back into our house in August.
And where is it?
I'm sure it's out in the garage. It's still in the box.
Are you telling me you've got one of those garages where you can't see anything?
Yes.
That's sad.
Hell, I can barely walk in the garage.
That's very sad.
Wow. That was like that before the fire, and might as well be like that after.
MoJoWildRice.com, use promo code GRILL10.
So you can't put that shit together.
Yes, it's grilling season. It's almost there.
Oh man, I'm going to get a text momentarily.
If you seriously, so you don't park your cars in the garage?
We do not. We at one point my mother-in-law parked hers in there, but I've been in that house now 12 years.
Why start so soon?
Never parked a car in the garage, and it's a 2.5 car garage.
You'd think there'd be room, right?
You would think.
You've got too much stuff. If you can't find,
I can barely fit my motorcycle in the garage.
You need to clean. That's why I do eBay. I'm getting rid of everything. It's next time I move somewhere, it's going to be pack up, put the suitcase, the backpack, and I'm gone. Choo, out the door. So the 22 here on the desk is the total number. I think that's right. 22. No, it's not 23 Democrat nominees for the 2020 presidential election so far. Well, there's candidates. They aren't the nominee yet. But the number, I think, when Doc went for a jog was, I think, 24. I think that was a number that we threw out. That we thought
it would get to?
Yeah, get to 24, maybe 25.
Right.
But we're at 22, so damn close. And Biden is still kicking their butts. He's at, for the week ending 5-5.
He's like double Bernie Sanders, isn't he?
Yep, 41% to Bernie Sanders, 14.6%.
Oh, more than double. Wow.
Yeah. Do you think it might be the whole felon thing? I think that Bernie may have stepped in it. The violent felons should be allowed to vote.
Should be allowed to vote.
65% of Americans say felons like the Boston Marathon bomber should not be allowed to vote while in prison.
What's the purpose? I guess my question is, what's the purpose of desiring a felon? You
want to be fair.
These people, what? Fair what? Isn't that the point, though? You get your rights taken away from you?
Yes, that is part. Now, I can see where, if you're talking drug offenses, I can see those guys once they come out. But
sure.
If you're talking murderers and people who have committed heinous crimes, no, absolutely. Those are called sociopaths. You don't let them vote. That's crazy.
Do they anticipate that they would vote Democrat?
Yes. Well, yeah, if you're the one who got them the right to vote, of course they're going to vote Democrat. That's the whole idea behind all the illegal aliens coming across the border is they're a giant voting bloc. And if the Democrats can take credit for letting them all in, they'll get the vote. If the Republicans can get the credit for letting them in, they'll get the vote. It's the
same philosophy about letting the immigrants in, correct?
That's what I just said.
Let them in, let them vote.
Yes.
And we're the ones that got that for you. Vote for us.
Yes. There's been an echo in here.
I'm sorry.
I thought I just said, maybe I didn't. Yeah, 65% of Americans say felons, though, should not be allowed. That's where Bernie screwed up. He should never have said that. He should never have said that we need to even let awful people like the Boston Marathon bomber vote, because that is ludicrous. That guy is a monster. He should be under the jail. And no, he should not be allowed to vote. Biden, however, riding a big old wave of popularity. He had his he had a big fundraising party, I think, last night. And he said, let's see, where did he have this one? It was in Hollywood. It doesn't say exactly where he was. Hillary and Barack. Anyway, he had a big fundraiser in Hollywood. So the Hollywood still, I'm sure that they will get behind Joe. They'll get behind Uncle Joe. I mean, who else is that? They're just hiding and watching to make sure he doesn't say anything stupid.
Right.
And by the way, I figured out the reason he waited so long to throw his hat into the race, he was waiting for those scars to heal. He was waiting for the eye job to get done, because it takes a while.
The scars to heal in the eye job?
Yeah, remember, he looks good.
You're talking about
he had a facelift. Come on. He had this thing. He had stuff nipped and tucked and stretched. Yeah. Pretty soon, though, I mean, he's got to be careful because he gets one more facelift and he's going to drown when it rains because his ears are going to be pointing straight up. But right now, he looks good. He looks good. Old Uncle Joe. Here's this. And almost every day now, there's another story about gut bacteria. Listen to this one. This is weird. Scientists have shown, and this just came out Tuesday, scientists have shown that transplanting gut bacteria from an animal that is vulnerable to social stress to a non-stressed animal can cause vulnerable behavior in the recipient. In other words, you can take the trait, just take an easily stressed person. You take the gut bacteria out of an easily stressed person, put it into, they did in animals, of course, but take it into somebody who's chill, and all of a sudden this person who's chill can be susceptible to stress, more so. Isn't that weird?
Yeah, but that opens the door for all sorts of things, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Details of the biological interactions between the brain and gut that may someday lead to probiotic treatments for human psychiatric disorders such as depression. We may have been treating it wrong all along. To find out more about gut bacteria and you, that sounds like one of those film strips you'd see in high school. Hey, kids, today we're watching a film on gut bacteria and you. Enjoy for the next 30 minutes. Go to lovemytummy.com and find out what Atrantil can do for you. Bloating and abdominal discomfort are not normal. They are not normal. Despite what you think, they are not normal. And this is developed by Dr. Ken Brown. And he's going to be in here today. Yeah, he tapes his show today. So we'll see if he'll stop by, and maybe he'll have a comment on this. And maybe he'll finally fess up to how many bottles we sold and bring in the... I don't even want the M&Ms.
He's not going to know the answer to that. He doesn't want you to have M&Ms.
I don't. And then, you know what? I'm good with not having the M&Ms. I just want to see if we rose to the challenge.
But let's have an M&M discussion for a second.
Sure.
So 2 packs of M&Ms showed up out here a couple of days ago.
They did?
Yeah.
Okay.
Some the caramel ones,
right?
And some almond M&Ms.
Mm-hmm.
I opened the almond M&Ms.
Yeah.
Had a couple out of the bag.
Yeah.
Right?
Are they gone?
Literally 5 minutes later, I walk out there and the entire bag
Wasn't me.
has disappeared.
Wasn't me. Didn't touch them.
Oh, no, I think I know who it was.
Who?
the chef.
Aha.
I think he bogarted the almond M&Ms and took them to his lair and left me with the caramel M&Ms, which I'm not a fan of.
What are you, a communist? They're really. I haven't touched those either, so I'm working on it. I'm finally getting my my head in the right place, and it's hopefully I'm going to get off the sugar. I'm working on it. I don't want to telescope too much because then if I fail, everyone will make fun of me. Not an ex MoJo Con tweeted what I learned today. Don't tread on my gut. Exactly. If it gets any bigger, you won't have a choice but to do that. Get your tweets and your communiques in. Use the hashtag what I learned today. And we will read yours on the air if we feel like it. Or Brandon Morse gets here and he decides to. Either way, this is your Daily Mojo. Continues next.
Happily promoting the 4 F's. Freedom, faith, free markets, and fun. MoJo 50.
I'm Michael Pelka from PureOpelka.com. Here's your 2-minute drill with proof that Democrats are intent on removing God from America, and they're starting with the House of Representatives and the swearing in of witnesses at committees. Listen.
Do you swear or affirm under penalty of perjury that the testimony you're about to give is true and correct to the best of your knowledge, information, and belief?
The witness nodded yes, but where was the mention of "so help me God"?
Let the record show the witness.
Point of parliamentary inquiry.
Yes, Mr. Johnson.
I think we left out the phrase, so help me God.
We did.
Could we have the witnesses do it again for the record?
Yeah, if they want to do it, but some of them don't want to do it, and I don't think it's necessary, and I don't like to exert my will over other people.
Well, it goes back to our founding history. It's been part of our tradition for more than 2 centuries, and I don't know that we should abandon it now. Could I ask the witnesses if they would choose to use the phrase?
Before the chairman can answer the congressman requesting "so help me God" be added, Jerry Nadler, also known as Jabba the Hutt in the House, jumps in with his 2 cents.
Mr. Chairman,
Mr. Nadler.
if any witness objects, he should not be asked to identify himself. We do not have religious tests for office or for anything else, and we should let it go with that.
And we're gavelled out. The Democrats are coming for God. They're coming for God in committee hearings. They're coming for God on your money. And eventually they'll come for God in the Constitution and our founding documents. Will you stand? Testudo, my friends. Testudo.
Mike Opalka's 2-minute drill is powered by MoJoWildRice.com. Their wild rice is a superfood, gluten, sodium, fat, and cholesterol-free, yet high in fiber, protein, zinc, phosphorus, and trace minerals. But you're going to love it because it's delicious. MoJoWildRice.com. MoJoWildRice.com.
The Daily Mojo.
That's why I love the jackholes. You can always count on them for support. Texas Yankee tweeted, don't worry that we'd make fun of it if you fail on the diet. We'll find something else to mock. I would expect no less. And Larky F. and Fark and Brad, you could lose every pound you want. We would still be able to find something to make fun of you about. At least they're consistent.
It's a harsh
group. I'm telling you don't want
I'm a pooping wonky eye guy behind the glass, no name, son of a bitch.
Sometimes behind the wall.
People love it.
Right?
I love it.
So I was going through a bunch of paperwork, a box of stuff that Doc had left at the house. I found 5, 6, 7, 10, 12 lottery tickets.
None of them are winners, obviously.
3 scratch-offs. Actually, this one, this is a $2 winner, this scratch-off ticket. It's the Ohio lottery, so I'd have to go to Ohio to claim that one. And then this one is the Fantastic Fives from the Oklahoma lottery, and one of them is a $15 winner.
Those were in his car?
Yeah. So, of course, this would cost $15 in gas to get up the Oklahoma state line just to turn it in, but
wow,
maybe we make a little trip up there. But the piece de resistance.
Why was Doc traveling the country getting lottery tickets? Or can you buy all of those local?
Well, when he drive home, he went through Oklahoma. Go through Oklahoma,
I guess.
Oklahoma, yeah. Up and around. I did find an In-N-Out Burger gift card. Oh, yeah, lunch is on me. Yeah, I'm buying lunch.
Is there anything on it?
Of course there is, I hope. Well, the PIN number hasn't been scratched off on the back, so
of course there is.
I hope. If not, you're buying lunch. If there's
my wife says, is there money in the bank? Of course there is, I hope.
Oh, if you still have checks, there has to be money.
You know, I knew somebody like that, just writing the hell out of checks. Didn't give a damn about money in their account.
Can't be out of money, still have checks. So, Frank, Let's Be Frank in PA shared this on my Facebook timeline. By the way, if you're watching on Facebook, start to migrate over to MoJo50.com and to MoJo50 TV because they're slowly shutting us down on Facebook.
That is a fact.
They're slowly shutting us down on Twitter. They've gotten rid of James Woods. They've gotten rid of the AOC parody account. They've gotten rid of a lot, and this is all in preparation for 2020, so that there is no cohesive communication network for anything that isn't progressive or liberal. But migrate over to MoJo50.com. We still have the stream up on Facebook, although they probably muted us by now. We'll see. But this is from somewhere in Virginia. I think it's Tyler. I think the guy says it. It's where we go, put that there. This is a cop in Virginia telling the citizens that they must buy this sticker for their car. What do you think about this?
Hey guys, it's Chief Lands with the Town of Haymarket Police Department. Today I want to talk to my residents, the residents that live in the town of Haymarket. If you live within the limits of the town, you are required to have a town decal on your vehicle. If you have a vehicle, you need to have a town decal.
So let me get this straight. If I have a vehicle, I have to have a town decal because I have to have a town decal if I have a vehicle.
That's correct. And the next words out of his mouth, if it includes money for a decal, that's extortion.
Here you go.
The police department has recently been tasked with enforcing this ordinance. So I want to tell you guys that if you live within the town limits, you must have a decal on your vehicle.
Thanks for reiterating that. Didn't get it the first 3 times you said it.
You can get them at Town Hall Monday through Friday from 8:30 to 4:30.
Okay.
They are $15 per vehicle.
Yes.
You need to bring in your ID and the registration for your vehicle, and you'll be able to pick one up.
You will need your papers.
So as a city ordinance, is what he called it, an ordinance. Can they force you by living in that city to spend the $15 to get this? What happens if you don't?
Well,
I feel a Rambo situation coming on.
He continues.
Hey boy.
The reason why I'm talking to you is you're going to see my officers out in the neighborhoods, and they're going to be enforcing this.
Oh yeah.
You may receive a parking citation with the box check that said you do not have a town decal.
Yeah.
If this happens and you bring in that ticket and purchase a decal, we will forgive the $35 fee on the ticket. If you don't do that within 2 weeks of receiving the summons, then we may take other corrective actions against you.
We may take other corrective actions against you.
Wow.
You will comply with the regulations and your papers, or there will be hell to pay. This is...
Quite honestly, this sounds like my HOA. I'm just saying.
This is extortion. How does it...
HOA sends out a letter last week and says, yeah, we're doing what's called a, quote, special assessment. So now every homeowner owes us $200 more.
For what? Because we said so. Shut up and pay.
Because we said so. Shut up and pay it.
Yes.
Exactly.
They act like...
Or they throw that lien against your home. What in the hell is this guy doing?
I don't know. He's not done yet either.
Against you, okay? So please, once again, if you live within the town of Haymarket, please put a town decal on your vehicle. $15 at Town Hall, Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4:30. Thanks, guys. Be safe.
I like the wink there.
I love the wink.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Brad, we've got to dig into this.
This is insanity.
Oh, jackholes. Figure out what the hell he's talking about.
Haymarket, Virginia.
What in the hell?
This is
That's like parking on a school campus. What?
You can't park
if I'm driving through, I can't park in his town without getting a ticket?
No. He says if you live within the If you live in his town.
What? Okay.
So I don't know how he knows whether or not you live. I guess they go along, they check the registration, and if you have an address there and you don't have the sticker, they are going to give you a ticket. And remember, if you don't pay that ticket, if you don't rectify it, they will resort to other measures against you.
All right. This is either short-lived or it's already been stopped, or people are going to riot in this little town. They don't have, obviously the police in that town don't have enough to do.
Oh, it's revenue enhancement. There's no doubt about that. They are always finding ways to bring more cash into the city so that they can spend it because you don't know how to spend your own money.
Here's a question for you, Brad, and every other listener we have. If you have red light cameras in your town, do you pay the ticket when you run it? When they mail that $75 ticket to you, do you pay it? Are you required to pay it?
Beth just got one.
Huh?
Beth just got one. It came in the mail.
You know that doesn't go against your criminal record, right? That's not a...
I told her she'd go to prison if she didn't pay it. Shh.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. I said, pay it or you're going to go to prison. They'll come out here and they will throw your ass in prison, and you don't want that. This is crazy. By the way, is Brandon here yet? He's not here yet, is he? I don't see him.
No, he's not.
All right, so the package I put in there real quick. This is just between you and me and the jackholes. So
Hang on,
package.
let me get it. I'm going to show it.
All right. So I brought this package in today. So the Jackhole Nation, now you know about it. It's a suspicious package for tomorrow. We're going to see if Brandon's listening this morning. Because when he goes to pull it out tomorrow, I want you guys to start tweeting what it is. All right. It's a Da Vinci book. That's all you need to know. Da Vinci book. So I want you all to be like, wow, how'd we know what it was? I'm going to be all freaked out when you know what it was. No. So he's going to come. He's not listening. So anyway,
because he's not listening.
Right. There's that. So anyway, all right. So back to the ticket. Yeah, if you don't, Stinky just said, can you put a police or a bunch of pocket lining rat bastard sticker after the Haymarket one? And don't get me wrong, I support the police. They have a very tough job, but when they start doing crap like this is when they start losing their friends. This is when they start losing support. How about we just do police work and not the revenue enhancement crap? I know. Yeah, I know. There are no quotas for tickets every month. Right. Okay. Mojo Jedi says Mojo 50 decals are free. They need a better printer in Haymarket. No kidding. But this is the kind of thing.
They didn't used to be free, by the way. We used to use them as a revenue source, but
we used to sell the stickers?
We did.
When?
Actually, we did. I don't think.
When did we do that?
I don't think MoJo did. I apologize. The cartel did.
Oh. Well,
and we were going to.
Figures.
We bought them originally for MoJo to sell.
Right.
I think they were
$4.95. Holy crap for a sticker!
Yeah, it beats $15.
Damn.
But we decided
no. Pay $5 for a sticker that advertises your stinking radio station. Never understood that one. No. You want to give me a sticker, I'll advertise your radio station. Otherwise, no.
If you live in Haymarket, Virginia, and you are forced to put a sticker on your car, put two.
2 MoJo stickers on.
No, put their sticker on
twice.
If you're forced to do it, and then put a MoJo sticker right next to it.
Yeah. Well, why? They'd have to pay twice. They'd have to pay $30 for their stickers then.
No. Why? Put one sticker of theirs and one of ours.
Oh. It's not what you said.
Yeah. If you're forced
said 2 of theirs and 1 of ours.
No, I said never mind.
So if you're near Haymarket, Virginia, or you live there, call. I'd love to know what's going on over there because there's always a story behind the story.
Yeah, if you're in Haymarket, Virginia, and you've got one of these stickers on your car, send me a picture.
Yes.
Ron, or send it to info@mojo50.com.
And a picture of whatever else you want to also.
Whether it's clothed or not.
If you're hot. If you're not, please don't. You know what's at the bottom of Lake Mead? This will blow you away.
Loch Ness Monster?
No, but close. Some of the catfish are 10 feet long and 300 pounds.
What?
Big fish. There's a town that's bobbed up, since the lake level's been going down, the town of St. Thomas. It's a...
what does that mean, bobbed up?
Well, I'm just saying the water it didn't technically go bloop and bob
I was
up.
Like,
the water
was it
level
like
in the
Atlantis
lake,
and it was buried.
May have gonna tip over. This whole island gonna tip over. Too many people just capsize right there. No, the island or the little town of St. Thomas, north on the lake. If you go up north, the water level in the lake has dropped so much that all of the foundations of this town that was once submerged are back up above ground. It's freaky.
By the way, Julia Butler says we have to have a town sticker on our vehicles in Front Royal, Washington, or Virginia. Sorry,
Wow.
Front Royal, Virginia.
It's trickling across. I'm telling you, this is just
what in the hell?
Bogus. It's totally bogus. There's a B-29 Super Fortress bomber at the bottom of Lake Mead. Crashed there in 1948.
Yeah. You got a picture? Is that what that was?
Yeah, that's a picture of the and up until 2001, it was a secret. No one knew where it was because it was under 200 and some odd feet of water. Since the lake level has gone down, it's only under 120 feet of water. Now you can go in there and swim around it. There'd be like little diving excursions go to it.
Those things are kind of neat.
Yeah, they are. That would be neat. Now,
I was in Cozumel and they had was it Cozumel? No,
the ABC Islands.
No, it was in another set of islands. I can't remember what it was. Oh, Cayman.
Aha!
And they let you go out and snorkel above shipwrecks.
It's a little freaky, isn't it?
God, that is weird.
It is freaky.
It's like you're flying.
Yeah,
honestly.
Now, if you see a cat cooler below you, dive down and grab it.
Get
because, yeah. Oddly enough, I don't think it would be because they're saying this bomber is survived all of this other stuff, but because of the water has gotten shallower, there are these what are they? What kind of mussels are they? They are invasive species of mussel that are attacking this. The quagga mussels are covering the fuselage, and they are threatening to destroy the thing. See, I don't think they have any effect on a cat cooler. They wouldn't have an effect at all on a cat cooler. Cat cooler would be laughing at those quagga mussels going, ha! You ain't getting in here. It would be. Cat cooler would be just all, hey.
Does a cat cooler float? I would think it would.
Yeah. I would think, although if you put, if you put concrete in it, I think it would probably sink. Or if it was full of drinks, it might sink. But otherwise, I would think, yeah, if the top's closed and it's got nothing in it, most of the time, I would think, and the insulation in it probably would make it float. So maybe you won't find one of these on the bottom of Lake Mead. You will find them at catcoolers.com, and if you use promo code Brandon, you'll get 10% off. It's just our little way of helping you save a little cash on your journey in life. Go to catcoolers.com. If you're ready to buy a new cooler this grilling and summer season, take a look at the cat coolers because they are absolutely amazing, and they will keep ice cold for days. I mean, they'll keep it frozen for days, literally days. They are amazing. So go to catcoolers.com, use promo code Brandon, and get yourself one of them. Rusty Lugnuts, I own a mobile home in Alabama, and they force us to buy a sticker every year to go on it, so that I outright own on my own property. So it's not like a property tax. Well, technically, I guess a mobile home is a vehicle, so isn't it? Doesn't have it's like a trailer.
Well, I guess the question is if you own a brick house, let's say, or a frame house, are you required to put a sticker on it?
No.
If you're not, then it's because it's a mobile home.
Right. So it's
that doesn't make it any better. Don't get me wrong.
No, it's just again, these are all just revenue enhancement sources from the city, from the.
They're looking for ways to tax people. Looking for ways to make money for the city. It's crazy.
Smacking Duck, please listen. I don't want to repeat things. I said Da Vinci book, not boat. For crap's sake, get it together. Book. Mojo Jedi said, isn't Lake Mead getting the radioactive runoff from the nuke tests in the 50s? Maybe that's why the catfish are 300 pounds and 8 feet long.
300 pounds and 10 feet long is what you said?
They're 400 pounds and 12 feet long, like I said.
Exactly.
They're huge.
I will tell you, I've seen videos of, these large catfish that people purchase, and I've seen pictures, but I don't think I've seen a 10-foot long one. That's nuts.
Yes, it is. There's a new sensor that you may be seeing at stores very soon. It will detect spoiled milk before you even open the container.
Okay, the question I have now is, will it detect spoiled breast milk?
Does that stuff ever go bad? I don't think so.
I don't know.
I don't think it does. If you know what I'm saying, and I think you do. They're saying the expiration dates could be a thing of the past because this sensor will chemically coated and will detect nanoparticles that react to the gas produced by milk and the bacterial growth that indicates spoilage. These tests are being done at the Washington State University Department of Biological Systems Engineering. Their Christmas parties, let me tell you. The sensor doesn't touch the milk directly because that would be inappropriate. If it's going bad, most food produces a volatile compound that doesn't smell good. Hence the reason that when you open up the spoiled milk, you go, oh, dang, here, smell this.
That's not what I do.
For whatever, what do you do?
I'm like, I call my daughter into the room and go, taste this. Tell me if it's.
Oh, wow. That's mean. Ugh. It's going bad. Most food that comes from the bacterial growth in the food most of the time, but you can't smell that until you open the container. The sensor detects these volatile gases and changes color. It's in its early stages, the technology that is, but in a paper published in the journal Food Control, they say the chemical reaction works in a controlled lab environment. We'll see if it works at your home. And you knew this was going to happen. A couple has made a sex film. Sorry, I've got the kids in the car. They've made a sex film inside a self-driving Tesla Model X, appropriately. They're in a Model X. They set it on autopilot mode.
This cannot be a good thing.
Oh yeah,
well, it can't be a good thing for Tesla.
Why?
Oh, come on.
Sex sells.
Oh,
are you kidding?
No, I get that. I'm talking about the fact that Tesla's trying to sell their cars,
right?
And they're trying to pass all of these rules and regulations, and now this comes out.
What? Okay, so you set the car on autopilot. What the hell else are you going to do?
Because autopilot doesn't mean that you can take your eyes and out of the seat.
Doesn't it? What is autopilot then? If it's not going to pilot itself, then it's not autopilot. It's cruise control.
Oh, I guess.
Totally different. They put the video up on Pornhub. Ron, you have a subscription to that. Why don't you go ahead and open it for us?
Let me get right on that.
The car drives itself. Independent porn star Taylor Jackson and her boyfriend get down to business in front of the camera for almost 10 minutes. 10 minutes. The sex lasts for 10 minutes? Seriously, it's a joke, right? I mean, not just like a minute. Earlier this year, I was on a road trip with my boyfriend. He asked me to have sex with him while driving. And I said, wow, it's ironic that we'd be driving a car that has autopilot. So they did.
We both thought it was hot.
That's right. We should have been reading this as a Penthouse letter, shouldn't we? We both thought it was hot and joked about it. Joked about doing it again and putting it up on Pornhub. Dear Penthouse, we thought someone had to have done it before, so we looked it up, but we couldn't find a single video. Oh, there will be a few now. A few weeks later, I signed up for a Pornhub account, and this video was one of the first videos I made. I told my mom and dad about it. They've watched it. It's like a family affair now.
Notched up over 2 million views in 2 days.
You know why? Do you know why?
What?
Because sex!
I guess. In a Tesla.
Uh-huh. The Pornhub posted Tesla is loving this. They are loving all over this thing. The Tesla model starts at 70, is that pounds? It's not, yeah, that's pounds. So 75,000 pounds. Is in monetary, not weight, but that is. I would have
that Tesla in the image right there. That's their SUV model looks like.
Yeah,
with the gold wing doors.
I like those.
I got to take a tour of one of those. That is a badass vehicle.
I would have a Tesla in a heartbeat if I could afford it. I would absolutely have one. They would be. They are fun to drive. The day that Jeffy and I stole Riaz's, we had a big time.
I bet you did.
Oh, we till Riaz cost.
Did you put it on autopilot?
Oh yeah. Yeah, but that video's $9.95. You ain't getting that one for free. Rebel Wilson is not a small woman. She is out there doing the circuit. They've remade Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And it's Rebel Wilson and Anne Hathaway in the Michael Caine and Steve Martin parts. And the new movie is called The Hustle, but it's Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. And she says that she was touching Anne Hathaway inappropriately on the set. How can you get by with this stuff if this was anybody else, man, they'd be like, hey, hashtag me too. But because they're Hollywood.
Because they're Hollywood movie stars.
They get to do whatever.
And they're both movie stars.
Mm-hmm. And Tom Hardy, she says, she was joking. She says, I should have told her about it. Rebel says after watching the playback, because there's actors etiquette. You know, if you have to kiss somebody, you have a breath mint, and you don't eat fish for lunch and that kind of thing. And if you're going to touch somebody inappropriately, you have to tell them before the take and say, hey, is it all right if I do this to you? But she says she said that she basically assaulted Anne Hathaway in this movie. Anne Hathaway's cute. Rebel Wilson, man, that's a lot of woman to love right there.
Anne Hathaway, isn't she the one? Scroll back up. Isn't she the one that was on Devil Wears Prada? Oh yeah,
yeah. She's.
I watched that the other day. It was. I like that movie.
I like Anne Hathaway.
Yeah.
Rebel Wilson, on the other hand. If you haven't been to TRA Guns yet, Tar River Arms, and checked out the entire selection of guns they have at low, low prices, they are the most convenient gun store on planet Earth. I mean, let's face it. Where else are you going to get these high-definition 360-degree views of guns online before you buy them at prices so low you'll wonder how they stay in business? If you haven't yet registered for the handgun that we're giving away, go to MoJo50.com. There's a red banner at the top. Red banner says, register to win a handgun from Tar River Arms. That'd be the banner. You click on that, you can register to win it, and we're giving that gun away on
May the 24th.
Oh, they're really? Oh, so I didn't think there was a date yet.
Yeah, we're doing it the Friday before Memorial Day.
Is that, will their brick and mortar have been open by then?
I don't think so. I think their brick and mortars, isn't it July or June?
Sure.
Late June,
yes.
Yeah.
Did we talk about it at the meeting?
The brick and mortar?
Yeah.
Or giving them?
No, the meeting we had the other day.
We did.
Oh, then that's why I don't know, because I didn't listen.
Oh, yeah.
I'm there in body. My ears are not present at the meeting. So go to Tar River Arms and see if you're in the market for a gun, whether it's a concealed carry or whether you want one from around the house or whether you want one to hang on the wall. Doesn't matter. It's your right. Get one. And like I said, I always go to Tar River Arms and click on closeout items because you'll find it's like the clearance rack at the back of Target, like Target department store, only better because guns, man. And this, they still have that PTR 601, the one that's painted like clouds and sky.
Yeah.
I wonder what it is. It's
Cerakote. Isn't that what you said?
Yeah, it's the Cerakote on there. But I wonder if it's I mean, obviously that's going to limit your market when you paint a gun that color, because not everybody's going to want a gun that's blue and white. It's a unique paint job. If you haven't seen this, go to Tar River Arms, click on closeout items, and you'll see the gun. It's down there. It's a blue and white paint scheme, and it is really cool. Take a look at it. It has the Hydro Slick bolt, if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's on the screen now.
And I think you do.
Along with the price for that little bad boy.
Yeah, it's normally like $2,400, and it's on sale, clearance price $1,700. So you're going to save like $700. I do that right? Yeah. Yeah. There you go. TarRiverArms.com. If you haven't been there yet, what are you waiting for? For crying out loud, do it. Do you remember the little dolls that, I know it's kind of random, but the gas stations used to give away, like when you filled up, out in California, it was Arco usually, you filled up, you got I remember the Swedish drinking glasses. You get it for 99 cents, or in this case, it was the dolls of the world.
No, I got the Ronald McDonald glasses and the Disney glasses.
Oh, okay, so like McDonald's. But you don't remember the ones at gas stations?
I don't.
Gas station giveaways? For whatever reason, back in the day, and I guess this was back, so 70s, early 80s. Yeah, it was back before there were like convenience stores at gas stations. So pretty much a gas station was you went and got gas, and they could change a tire for you if you needed one
change.
That
was full service, baby.
Right.
There are some states that still only have full service, right? New Jersey? Is New Jersey one of them?
I'm sure it's a union thing. But Arco used to give away these. They were 12. It was actually genius because they're the Arco 12 beautiful dolls of the world. And if you filled up, you got for 99 cents, you could buy one of the dolls. For whatever reason, I remember the Swedish. I don't know something about the Swedish ones, whether it's the Swedish glasses or the Swedish dolls.
Are they worth money now?
Yeah, anything like this is, if you've kept it this long and you have the packaging especially, they're definitely worth some money. They changed one of the dolls. This was back in the for cultural appropriation. They changed one of the dolls to be Africa instead of Jamaica. Same dress, different skin color. It was a simpler time, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It was a much simpler time. You could get away with a lot more. But I just thought it was weird that remembering gas stations giving away dolls when you filled up with gas. Of course, that was just to get the kids to get the parent. You're going to get gas. Let's go to Arco. I want another doll.
Brad, were you alive at the time where 2 or 3 or 4 gas attendants would run out and check your car for you? They're all wearing these little uniforms with the caps. Or was that just on TV?
Like the halter tops and they push the boot?
No.
The guys. No. I think that went away like in the 50s, early 60s, didn't it?
Yeah, potentially, but.
I mean, I remember them. I remember somebody coming out to your window and saying, like my dad would be driving and they'd, what can you do? And he'd go, fill her up.
And they would always check your oil for you,
yeah.
Right?
They'd pop your hood. They'd pop your hood. They'd check your oil. They'd, I guess in some cases, check your tire pressure. And, Now you never had to get out of your car.
Now it's Jiffy Lube. You're in and out in 5 minutes.
No kidding. And usually if it's Valvoline, they end up stripping your oil pan. I'm still pissed at them. Valvoline instant oil change sucks. Still, not your Daily Mojo, though.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. MoJo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. President Trump comes out swinging at another Make America Great Again rally, this one in Panama City, Florida.
Instead of wasting time, energy, taxpayer dollars on partisan stunts and hoaxes and witch hunts, Democrats should be focused on building up our country. Did you see what just happened, by the way? No collusion, no obstruction, no anything. 2 years on a witch hunt.
Thousands turning out for the packed rally, shouting 4 more years. The president predicts he'll get 4 more years, thanks in part to the seemingly endless Democrat investigations of him and his administration. Stories of heroism in the wake of the school shooting in Highlands Ranch, Colorado. Instead of running away, 3 students ran toward the gunman, ending the carnage. One of those brave teens, Kendrick Castillo, gave his life to save his classmates. Sources say the Republican-led Senate Intelligence Committee has subpoenaed Donald Trump Jr. over his previous testimony into Russian election interference.
People familiar with the subpoena, speaking on condition of anonymity, say the committee wants Trump Jr. to answer questions about his 2017 testimony to the panel. It's the first known subpoena of a member of President Trump's immediate family.
That's correspondent Mike Hempen. A man is under arrest after authorities say they seized more than 1,000 guns from a mansion in a posh area of Los Angeles. Officials say an anonymous tip regarding illegal firearm sales led them to that home. Ahead of today's resumption of U.S.-China trade talks, Wall Street futures deep in the red. Right now, Dow futures down 163 points, S&P futures off 18, NASDAQ futures down 61 points. More on these stories at townhall.com.
Never Forgotten Apparel is more than just a premium women's and men's clothing line. It's a movement to remind us to wear American-made and serve those who serve us. Our heroes. Never Forgotten Apparel gives 20% of their total sales to nonprofits that support homeless veterans and off-duty firefighters, and 50% to individual veterans and firefighters in need nationwide. Check out neverforgottenapparel.com. Use promo code MATT, M-A-T-T, and get 15% off your purchase.
Hi, it's Doc Thompson for Matthew 25 Ministries. Matthew 25 Ministries is one of the few charities I'll actually endorse because I know them. I've worked with them, and I know almost all of the money that you donate goes to help people. Go to m25m.org, m25m.org.
Say what you want to say about Cortez. She's not unattractive. Whoopi Goldberg, ugly as dirt. She one ugly woman. She ugly. Whoopi is jealous.
Making radio great again. The Cartel with Matt and Ron. Weekday afternoon. MoJo 50.
Got an old car? You can donate it, whether it's running or not, to the United Breast Cancer Foundation and save a life. They'll even come and pick it up for free. The United Breast Cancer Foundation has saved hundreds of women's lives through their free or low-cost breast screen exams. But now they need your help. The United Breast Cancer Foundation wants to save more lives through early detection by offering women free or low-cost breast screening exams. And donating your old car, SUV, or truck, whether it's running or not, helps pay for them. Plus, you get a charitable tax deduction. Help the United Breast Cancer Foundation save lives by donating your old car, SUV, or truck. Call now for free pickup. 800-245-0823. 800-245-0823. 800-245-0823. Call right now. That number again is 800-245-0823.
If we weren't so bad.
To puppy rape.
I like to cuss.
Do I want to keep my penis?
Cat wants some black titties.
We wouldn't be so good. MoJo 50. The mothership has landed.
Well, the House voted to initiate impeachment proceedings against the president. Judiciary Committee opened impeachment hearings against the president, voting to impeach him on 3 counts. On July 30th in 1974, this was the day that they decided to impeach President Nixon.
Oh.
And look how far we've come.
Oh.
Look how far we've come. The impeachment, of course, the result of the scandal involving the bungled burglary of the offices of the Democrat National Committee in the Watergate apartment complex.
If only they hadn't bungled that up.
Right? If it hadn't been a bungle in the jungle.
I'm telling you.
It would have been so much.
Now we can't get them to stop calling for impeachment.
No, it's the president wants himself impeached. Don't you know? Don't you listen to Nancy?
I know.
Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah,
just remember,
we have no taint.
Exactly. Geologists have recorded a lot of movement in Yellowstone volcano. I love these stories keep coming out, but they followed that up with there's no danger of eruption.
You know, I was going to make a movement joke there.
You should have. Why didn't you? Why didn't you?
You know, it's like one of those things where you kind of reach out and you're like, I'm going to take this joke off the shelf. And then, you know, you're like,
and you didn't. And your arm goes
I'm just
numb
gonna go
and you
ahead and
decide no.
I'm going to let it go. I'm going to let it go because, you know, it's a bad joke.
Rumors of an upcoming eruption in Yellowstone National Park have started to pop up in time for spring. In April, the U.S. Geological Survey reported swarms of earthquakes in the area. Some have taken this to mean the supervolcano has awoken and is ready to lay waste to the entire world. No, just 2/3 of the United States.
Which is the entire world.
Well, there is that.
Let's face facts.
People should not be alarmed. A major eruption likely will not happen anytime soon.
Like, what is it not anytime soon?
They have no idea.
So it could happen sometime soon.
They don't know. And even if they knew it was going to
I imagine there were
tomorrow,
some people in Pompeii going, hey, guys, look, relax.
It's
all
not
right,
gonna
it's not going to happen anytime soon.
Just lay down and take a nap.
Yeah. Everyone chill out. Hug your wife.
Then right? If they knew for a fact it was going to erupt tomorrow, they would not tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Because why? What's the point?
Yeah.
You can't outrun it.
Yeah. Causing a bunch of stress for people probably isn't going to help any. You panic, mass panic. There's going to be tons of people who they're still going to go to the store for some reason and steal all the milk and bread just in case.
I mean, you've seen the panic that happens when the first few snowflakes fall in the winter. Imagine if it was a volcano. They are going to clear the hell out of Kroger shelves.
You should see the riots that occur whenever they say that an EBT card is going to be unusable for 24 hours.
Uh-huh.
Woo!
You think that's bad?
You think that's bad. You just wait and see what happens when they say a volcano's about to kill everybody.
Yellowstone is a super volcano, which means that it has erupted explosively, spewing at least 1,000 cubic kilometers of volcanic materials and producing a crater called a caldera.
That's me after some Taco Bell.
Right.
There's your...
What's your name? Where are you from? Hey, you look great tonight.
Dry the veil.
You out with your wife? Is this your wife?
How long have you been married for?
Yellowstone has experienced 3 major eruptions during its lifetime, and the last one took place about 640,000 years ago. But who's counting?
Yeah.
It is, I'm telling you, have you ever been there?
No.
It's amazing. It is beautiful and deadly. It's beautiful and deadly. Because it is. It's really pretty, but they have all of these little signs. All of the little.
Very film noir.
It is. It's pretty but deadly. Beautiful blues and greens. These little puddles that are going bloop, 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 bloop.
That you don't want to stick your
right. Yeah. And they even have the little signs there. You know, Johnny stepped off the path, and look what happened to Johnny's leg. He's got burns on his leg, and it's a little cartoon.
Yeah.
Again, I go back to if you're going to try to warn people against these things, show Johnny's leg burned off to the bone. Hey, look at my leg. Don't step off the path or this could happen. It'll burn the flesh right down to your bone.
Like a German fairy tale.
Right? I mean, sure, it sounds like fun. It sounds like a party, but don't do it.
This is why you do not walk off the path.
We have ways of making you walk. See what I did there?
Well done.
So the mobile alerts. By the way, thank you, and thank you, and thank you. The people we've been gun boxes have been leaping off the shelves,
like by themselves.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like as in guns too. I mean, you've seen a gun jump off the table and shoot people. The gun box can do the same thing.
I will say this. I mean, whenever you open the box, you get immediate gratification.
What? What do you get?
Gratification, man. Like you feel good about yourself.
Oh, yeah. You hear something like this?
I'm sexy and I know it.
Yep.
The beauty of it is they have these mobile alerts. You try to find this on any other gun safe that A, looks this good and is this secure. And if somebody moves your gun box, you will get you'll get an alert.
Yeah.
They have an app.
It is quite literally the most useful and high tech way to store your gun.
It's really cool.
And for the purposes of it, the most safe. I mean, if anyone even moves the box itself,
right,
immediately.
If they move it, if they tamper with it, if there's a low battery in it. The batteries, by the way, once you charge them, because lithium ion lasts for like 6 months or whatever between charges.
So if you've got any Curious Carls in your house,
I hate it when Curious Carl comes over.
He's such a dick.
He turns everything upside down.
Yeah. Or kids.
Yes.
Kids, too.
Kids are very good at it.
Yeah. If you got any curious kids and they start messing with it, to go home and get the belt.
Mm-hmm. Go to thegunbox.com and just take a look at the different models of the gun box, and then take a look at the app that you can get. It's a service that you can add on to the purchase to send these alerts to you, whether or not somebody's tampered or moved, or like I said, whether or not your batteries are just kind of going on the fritz. But go to thegunbox.com and at least look around today. If you don't buy one, fine, you'll end up buying one.
Yeah.
I mean, it's once you see it,
they all do.
I mean, sooner or later, you're gonna get it. You're just gonna get it.
The DMXDM posted the scary Yellowstone picture of the kid.
Oh, did he? Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. And it's like
I like the fact that it's like one woman looking.
That's his sister.
Like whatever.
That's his sister.
She's overreacting. Like even in that picture, you can just see it's overreacting. Oh.
But
Jimmy.
But little Jimmy, look, he's standing on top of the little mound, like a little mini volcano. And
I guess his dad in the background here
is a dumbass.
Does not give a shit.
No.
He's just like walking off.
Jimmy, get off that volcano. How many times have I told you not to play in the volcano?
They need to update this, though, because look at this. This kid's got like a 35 millimeter camera.
Yeah. That's a nice, on a little strap that goes around his arm.
Yeah, exactly. He's got his shirt tucked into his shorts.
What's wrong with that?
Do you have your shirt tucked into your shorts?
I might. And if I do, what's it to you?
Brad.
What's wrong with tucking your shirt into your shorts?
Brad.
What do you... I mean, you some sort
But
of
in
a
any
fashion
case-
police? Wow.
Yeah, well, you know.
So, yeah.
I'm just trying to keep you relevant, buddy.
I long ago lost any bit of relevance I ever had.
You're in old man phase now where it's just like, meh.
Uh-huh.
Sometimes I like to wear my socks up to my knees.
Just Peachy just tweeted, every time the gun box opening song plays, the other boxes jump off the shelves and start boogieing.
dancing. They can't
Damn
help it.
straight they do.
It's just like in the music video.
That's right, they do. And of course, you get instant gratification whenever you open the box.
Yeah.
See, because that was the LS Jack on the box.
Yeah, I get it.
Thegunbox.com.
We've scoured news platforms and agencies around the globe for today's most profound news headlines. Presenting them now, here's Brad Staggs.
Only.
No, it's not me.
It's still not Brad Staggs.
No.
It's still not Brad Staggs.
Come on, hit me with your best shot. Rhyme it.
Oh,
Come on,
right.
do it.
No,
oh,
hang on. No,
he
no.
reaches for the cheat sheet.
No, it's not a cheat sheet.
It is a cheat sheet.
Hey, the jackholes
a
put
cheat-
some work into this.
Yes, that's why they call it a
And
cheat
they
sheet.
sent it to me in the mail, paying postage and everything.
As a cheat sheet.
I am going to read off their work.
It's a cheat sheet.
Because I appreciate my people.
It's a cheat sheet.
You son of a bitch. Oh, get ready for this word. Quintuple headlines for today. At the end, you'll have a say. 4 are accurate, but will they distract from the one that's furthest from the fact?
Some of these are pretty good.
Yeah. No, well done. Well done. I actually... it says writer's note on this one, by the way. Writer's note, you can substitute as we go, you'll have your say. Or I could say something like, Brad is super gay. I don't know.
I want to see him rhyme something with orange.
Nothing rhymes with orange.
Orange. You hungry?
Orange.
That was easy.
That's what color your junk turns after.
Right?
It's a nice shade of orange.
It is. It's orange.
All right. Do not cheat as I read these 5 headlines. Ron.
I know, and he blatantly cheats.
That dude cheat. Yeah,
I don't blatantly cheat.
Yeah, you do.
did.
You did the other day. So I looked it up. That's called cheating.
See it.
The part where you look it up, that's the cheating
That's
part.
cheating. All right. Reddit to hire 25 people, including anti-evil specialists for new Dublin office.
Finally.
I know, right? The hugely popular but also highly controversial online discussion forum Reddit is hiring an, quote, anti-evil operations specialist in Dublin as it opens its first international office in the Republic. Reddit, whose website is home to thousands of online communities, is establishing its new office on St. Stephen's Green and intends to hire up to 25 people initially as it looks to build out its anti-evil security community and engineering teams locally. The employees will be working on core product development, site and user account security, and engineering solutions to detect and prevent policy-breaking content, the company said. They will also be carrying around swords, wearing armor, and slaying evil wherever they may find it. Kentucky middle school teacher accused of telling students she'll cut off his penis.
Well, would he not sit down? Would he not come back in from recess?
No, I imagine, like all, most female teachers I see in the news, she tried to sleep with him, and he turned her down.
Oh, she's the crazy type.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
This
Right.
might be what happens when a student says no to the teacher.
Right.
I swear, every other week. Every week it's a new one.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Every week it's another one.
Is there a picture of them?
Usually, what's funny is usually they're not bad looking.
Right. No. Well, you can always tell if they're going to get convicted because if they are hot, the answer is no.
The answer is no.
And if they are butt ugly, the answer is yes. Or if they're a man.
The media will literally go out of their way to be
Yes.
slept with. They'll use like words like slept with
Which
or
I don't
seduced.
understand. Why do they call it sleeping with them? Because it's really not about sleeping.
It's rape.
Just saying.
It's rape. A former Anderson County middle school teacher is accused of threatening to physically harm a student on the last day of school.
Well, that's just heinous.
According to a criminal complaint, Crystal Graham, then a 7th grade teacher at the middle school,
and a stripper at the
Crystal
Orchid
Graham
Lounge after hours.
Crystal Graham Mercedes. Candy.
Wow.
Was participating in a kickball game May 22nd, 2017, the last day of the 2016-17 term, with students when the alleged threat occurred. One of the students jumped on another student's back while joking around, and at least one student allegedly heard Graham tell the student to get off her player.
Hey,
said to get off her player.
Get off of my player.
Or I'll cut, quote, she said, quote, or I'll cut your dick off and shove it down your throat.
Player.
According to court documents.
Wow. Well, you know what? At least you didn't
That actually made me laugh.
You did not have to wonder what she was thinking. She was very, very direct and very precise in what she would be doing to you.
The witness was later on first base. I bet he was. When Graham allegedly looked at her, flipped her off with both middle fingers, and said this is, quote, horseshit, according to the complaint. This is like an episode of South Park, I swear.
Wow.
This is an episode of South Park.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, it's my favorite. Paper wasps.
I'm sorry. What was that? That was the teacher.
Teacher threatened to cut a student's dick off and make him eat it.
And make him eat it. Teacher penis guy. Okay, got it. Jim make myself notes that way I can remember what's.
Oh man. Paper wasps show the ability to reason similar to humans.
Oh, that's so true. Yes.
I love to have tea with a paper wasp.
Have you ever seen how a wasp will sit there and look at you?
Oh, judgmentally?
They're like if they're facing one way and you walk up to them and they're like
they'll just turn around like, oh.
Yes, they look.
It's you.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
They are from the pits of hell. The wasps are just horrible creatures.
They really don't do a lot for your self-esteem either.
Oh, I hate them.
Certain wasps may be able to understand associations and unknowns about their surroundings, according to a recent study. The research signifies the first evidence of transitive interference in a non-vertebrate animal.
That'd be an animal without a vertebrate.
Yeah, that would be the research. Oh wait. Transitive interference, or TI, is a fundamental portion of deductive reasoning, and until recently was thought to be a trademark of human intellect. With TI, we can understand different relationships and reason certain outcomes with just bits and pieces of information. Researchers have found that this skill extends to other vertebrate animals, like monkeys and even fish. There has been only one study on TI ability in honeybees published, and the results show that bees are not adept at this deductive skill. Honeybees have small nervous systems, which could explain the cognitive limitations and prevent bees from being able to perform TI.
They're like chihuahuas.
That's right.
Yeah.
Only chihuahuas made honey.
True.
Long story short, the wasps were brought back to the lab and trained in between different pairs of colors by associating one pair of color with electric shock. Next, the wasps were given a choice between new pairs of colors. The researchers found that the wasps use a kind of transitive interference to sort and organize the colors and essentially choose between the pairs.
Tell me the middle part again. That was great.
They're not as dumb as we thought. That's the middle part. It's a lot of science, Brad.
Science.
A lot of science.
Because
science, bitch, is. Okay. New bill allows drivers to run over protesters if they're standing in the street.
Okay.
Last year, news outlets were buzzing as many people watched a Dodge Ram plowing through protesters in Durham, North Carolina, who just so happened to be out there voicing their opinion against the police. As the truck pushed through the wall of people, the protesters would continue to try and get it to stop by pounding on the hood. However, the driver of the 2,500 pickup truck would just keep on rolling right through the people. Obviously, the situation caused a big back and forth, only to have all the cards fall in the favor of the driver of the truck. Since then, we have actually seen bills passed to take the situation one step further, because as of late, it has become something that's a lot more prevalent than it used to be. As it turns out, according to CNN, bills have passed in the states of Florida, North Carolina, Rhode Island, and North Dakota, so that if you run over a protester who happens to be in the street, you can be released of some of the liability that you would otherwise be held accountable for should you run over just another person in the street. Now, we're not saying that, we should go out there and run people over. Okay?
Yes, we are.
Well, Brad is.
If they're in the street,
but
run them over.
We do check we do advise that you check the local laws in your state.
They're more like suggestions.
But I also want to make it clear, because this article goes on for a little while, but I want to make it clear that running over people, like just seeing protesters in the street and gunning it, that's still against the law.
That's still
illegal? Against the law.
Oh, okay.
But if you get stopped and you just kind of start going through, you can't be held liable if they go under the truck.
That is
well,
disappointing.
You can for a little bit, but yeah.
That's very disappointing.
It varies from state to state.
And I'm disappointed.
And he's disappointed. He wanted to...
Disappointing.
He wanted to decorate the hood of his truck.
Mm-hmm. Actually, hell no, I don't want to hit anybody with a truck. You know how much a fender costs? You know how much
I was going to say, man, human bodies are actually more durable than we think they are, and that would
dent the crap out of a
your
vehicle.
truck up, boy.
Which is why I put the bull bar on the front. That takes the brunt of it, and I just replace it.
Exactly. What I would do is I would just kind of go up to them, and just slowly push through.
Yeah.
And just see how long they want to hang on for.
Yeah.
I would time it, and then I would make bets with people. I'm going to give them 5 seconds.
And then have a prize for the one who hangs on longest.
Exactly. Get out of the car and be like, you win, buddy.
You win. Dude, I've never seen anyone hang on that long.
I
Congratulations.
admire your gumption.
Johnny, tell him what he's won.
A brand new cast.
Oh, my gosh.
Newer diabetes drugs linked to flesh-eating genital infection.
Tell me something I don't know.
This planet.
Right.
Say you have type 2 diabetes and you are taking a newer class of medication.
Excuse me, it's diabetes.
Diabetes. Say that you have type 2 diabetes. And you are taking a new class of medication to treat your disease. But one day you notice pain, redness, and a foul odor in your genital area.
Wow. The first thing you're going to think of is that hooker, but no, that wasn't what it was.
That's not who it was.
Nope.
If this happens, new research suggests you need to see your doctor immediately because you may be suffering from gangrene. Fournier gangrene.
Ron, I got bad news for you. You've got gangrene.
Also known as, quote, flesh-eating disease. This infection attacks your genitals or anal region and can quickly kill tissues as it spreads rapidly. Unfortunately, it has become a rare but still possible safety concern for people taking diabetes medication known as SGLT2 inhibitors, according to U.S. Food and Drug Administration. The inhibitors are a newer class of diabetes medication introduced in 2013, but apparently they eat your junk, Brad.
Well, that's why they call it junk food. Thank you. Be here all week. Tip you, waitress. Try the veal.
That was amazing. Thank you. Those are your 5 headlines. I'm going to go ahead and go over them real fast. Reddit, they just hired an anti-evil specialist. Yeah. Anderson County teacher threatened to cut one of her students' dicks off and make him eat it.
Okay, it's weird that you laugh when you say that. It's just a little creepy that you do that.
It's just, how does a teacher think that that's going to be okay? Like, I'm just going to tell my students I'm going to cut his dick off. It's fine.
Teachers Union, hello.
Oh, that'll do it. Paper wasps show the ability to reason similar to humans.
That's terrifying.
Certain states allow you to push on through protester lines in your car. And diabetes drugs are now eating people's junk.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right.
So which one is fake? You have to figure it out. But first,
did you try the coffee this morning?
Brad Staggs.
No. Oh, did you, Ron? Did you try the coffee?
I have not yet.
What the hell is it? Am I the only one drinking it? Am I the only one drinking the coffee this morning? Because I had a cup of coffee. Because I like this coffee. It's really good coffee. Do you like the coffee? Because I like the coffee. It's good coffee. You know what it is?
What is it?
It is. It's you meeting Big Daddy Chris Childs, the little Ron sexual chocolate, and a little Big Daddy bowl roast mixed together.
Big Daddy sexual chocolate.
Oh yeah, Big Daddy sexual chocolate. Because you can mix them together. You know what? You know you're doing well when handicapped Jeff looks at you and just shakes his head. Yeah, so I mixed those together. Go to AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Find out what 2 you can mix together. Try them at the same time, then tell us what you think. See, that way we get them to buy 2 packages of coffee. That's smart. AmericanPrideRoasters.com. Okay.
So it is all over the place right now.
I was going to go with cut your thing off and make you eat it, and then I thought, you know what? My teacher probably said that to me.
I'm pretty sure I heard it once before in my school, too.
Right. So I'm going to go with push through the protester line.
Yeah,
Push through the protesters?
I'm with you on that one. I'm gonna coattail guy behind the glass.
Push
again.
through the protesters?
Push through the protesters.
A lot of people are going with the teacher story, actually. A lot of people are. The WASP story is also a popular one. Okay, hit it!
You ready?
Hit it! Everybody is wrong.
What?
Except for Brad and Ron.
Yay! We did it. So you can't. Oh, wait a minute. Ah, damn. That means that there's a disease out there that's going to eat your junk.
I was like, don't celebrate. Yeah. You guys were right, but really, everyone has lost. Everybody.
Oh yeah, because if you can't run over a protester in your car because they're standing in the middle of the highway,
but your junk will still get eaten off by a bacteria. There is no justice in this world.
This was a very sad. This was a very
I just realized
huge letdown.
There was
segment.
2 stories in here about losing your junk. I'm not sure how I feel. Are you trying to tell me something? This is. I say we
this
just
is
move
foreshadowing.
On. Yeah,
we don't know. Stay tuned for Daily MoJo.
Weird.
Free exchange of ideas. MoJo 50.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-570-6630. 800-570-6630. That's 800-570-6630. Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Dr. Ken Brown here, host of Gut Check Project with my co-host Eric Rieger. Eric, we've been seeing MoJo guys over there and over here at Spoonie talk about Atrantil for bloating. I've seen in my practice that Atrantil is a whole lot more than just a bloating product.
Yes, it does a whole lot more than just fix bloating because of the polyphenols that you find in Atrantil.
You're exactly right. The polyphenols are those molecules that we find in the Mediterranean diet. It makes vegetables and fruits very colorful. What are some of the things that these polyphenols do, Eric?
These polyphenols can actually stop inflammation. They can help you have more energy. They can help you with anti-aging. And polyphenols are great for athletes.
It sounds like it's going to help a whole lot more people than just bloating. Tell me how everybody should be taking Atrantil.
If you want to dose Atrantil, it's 2 capsules 3 times a day, basically with your meals. But if you aren't bloated and you just want that polyphenol intake every day, 2 to 3 capsules a day will work for you.
Go to lovemytummy.com/mojo.
The U.S. is on the edge, and we're here to set it right. Join me, Stephen Airy, with Defenders Live on MoJo 50 Radio. You can find us Monday through Fridays at 9 p.m. Eastern. MoJo 50. Live free.
The Daily MoJo.
A man spent in England 30 years in jail on a wrongful rape conviction. He is now out. He was released after 30 years being in jail, wrongfully accused, wrongfully convicted of raping a woman. George Perot is 50 years old. He was arraigned in Essex County Superior Court Monday for raping a woman the day he got out of jail for raping a woman that he never committed.
I see this a lot happening.
Thank you, Yoda.
See this happening, I do.
So he spends 30 years in jail for a crime he didn't commit, gets out, same day, rapes a woman.
Shut up.
That's what I just said.
No way.
Yes.
Did he seriously?
Yes.
Was he just institutionalized at that point? Like maybe because like it was a Shawshank moment. You know, it was like I need to.
They Police say they found Perot lying with his face in between the victim's legs. Both were unconscious, partially nude, on the sidewalk.
On the sidewalk.
The woman was overdosing on heroin, had to be revived with Narcan, which can help reverse opioid overdoses. She said the last thing she remembers was that Perot offered her a powdered substance and encouraged her to snort it, adding that she knew she did not consent to sex.
Okay, so
Perot was arrested after he attacked the officers who woke him up on the sidewalk.
See, I this is a roller coaster of emotions.
Yes, it is, right?
Because first I was like, man, I feel seriously bad for this guy.
Exactly.
Like, how many times do I see, like, in the news? And I get furious every single time.
Yes.
It's like this man was in jail for years because some woman was like, oh, he raped me. Yeah, it's so totally true. I mean, I didn't have any proof. But, yeah, just, throw him in jail off an accusation alone, please. And then the judge, like an idiot, does it.
Right.
And then he's proven innocent, gets out. And I don't know how many years later.
30.
But then this dude turns around.
Yes. You pretty much covered it there.
But, am I muted? I can't hear myself.
We can hear you.
I can hear you.
Well, the fact he was on the sidewalk is what really surprises me.
Can you hear now?
I can hear you now. We're on Verizon, aren't we? We're off AT&T.
I feel so bad.
It was on the sidewalk. That's the weird thing.
I think that's the real kicker to the whole thing is they found him on the sidewalk there with his face buried. Perhaps we just move on. Hey, there's I love these things you sent me, and all I saw was shower beer holder.
That was the best. Wasn't
yes,
it?
I'll take 10.
Yep. I mean, look, Mother's Day's coming up.
How much are they? I don't care.
Doesn't matter. What's a better gift than a beer holder that makes it easy to enjoy a brew in the shower?
Well, all right. So this thing, it's called the Budski.
There's a couple of them, yes. One
so
is
yeah,
called
there's
the
like
Budski.
3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
Good things come in threes. Hello. I didn't realize though that it was a problem. Hasn't there always been a place to put your beer in the shower if you are showering with your beer?
Your hand. I mean, that kind of works for me.
I mean, isn't there usually like a sill or a ledge or a right outside the outside the shower, behind the shower curtain?
I'll give you an example. There may or may not be a shower in this building, which I may or may not use on occasion, but the ledges are sloped, so even the shampoo won't stand there.
Oh.
Yeah, and they're very narrow.
That just seems like bad design.
Well, they do that so that the water rolls off it and doesn't sit there and rot the seals.
Yeah, but I'm thankful the shower's there. So, but anyway, yeah, I think it would be good to have something that you could stick to the wall to hold my beer.
It is kind of cool, so it sticks right there to the wall.
Takes a lot longer to shower with one hand.
Right, it does. Yeah, it does. I mean,
the sip caddy's kind of cool. It's nice and sleek, Looks like a cell phone holder for your car. It's the second one down.
Yeah. That is it. It's kind of got the little, so it automatically balances. It kind of swings each way.
Oh, it's got the swivel on there, yeah.
Yeah. So it doesn't.
The cheap version of a gimbal.
Wait a minute.
Did you see the next one?
No. I haven't finished with this one. It'll even hold your wine.
Oh, it'll hold the whole bottle.
It'll hold your wine or your beer.
Oh, so that has an opening at the bottom, so you stick your wine glass in there, so you slide it in. So it's slide the stem through the opening.
That's genius.
This is one I have to post. I think this is.
Oh, absolutely.
This mom will love this. I'm telling you, children, adults, it doesn't matter. Husbands, wives, buy it for yourself. These are cool.
Well, here's the only thing. I'm not sure you want to be taking a shower with a wine glass.
Yeah, I mean, well, as long as you don't drop it.
Right, yeah, right.
But yeah, that's really not a good idea.
Well, it's true. It's not like there's a bunch of slippery stuff in the shower that could make you drop the wine glass. I move on.
Oh, the next one's kind of like it's a very industrial, manly design there.
Is it the Histon one beer?
The sippy caddy? Or is that the? Oh yeah, there you go. That's the.
Sippy Caddy. The Sippy Caddy was the one we just looked at.
What in the world is that?
The Histon One beer and wine shower holder. It looks like a giant spring.
Yes.
That has a suction cup at a 90-degree angle to it. And how does that work exactly?
I think you just set your beer in there. The spring looks fancy.
It's bigger than it looks.
Yes.
No, that's because it looks like it's a tiny little spring because you see a spring and you think, oh, it's tiny, but it's as big as a beer. It's a big around as a beer.
The very interesting thing about this, if you go down to the bottom of the page, it says, give us a little more information and we'll give you a lot more relevant content. Your child's birthday or due date, add a child, remove a child, I don't have children. So yes, I'd love to buy this for my 6-year-old so we can put his near beer in there.
Near beer? Heck, the kid keeps dropping the beer. You don't want the kid near beer? Oh, yeah.
Well, they got to get him a sippy cup like me.
That's true.
Apparently, sippy cups don't work because I knocked a sippy cup over last night.
Did you really?
Yeah. Well, what
you knocked a sip travel
tumbler? I have a Yeti actually.
A tumbler?
Yeah, whatever. A Yeti dumped
Travel
over it.
mug.
Just a couple of drops, one on my keyboard, one
Yeah.
on the keypad, and now
one thing I can't the one thing I hate about Apple computers is that they are impossible to take apart and clean. You have to like take it to the people
to the Genius
bar. The Genius bar where they will charge you up to $500.
Which,
to fix
by
your
the way,
computer.
is genius.
That is, I mean, yeah.
unless you have that extended damage warranty,
right. But I hate that. Like I was
Well,
eating a Honeycrisp apple. You ever had those? Because they're the best apples,
and they're drippy.
Oh yeah, they are drippy. One drop of Honeycrisp apple juice as I was eating fell into the little crack here.
Well, you know
of the mouse pad, and it has been sticking for.
That if you
since.
turn it off, you can take water and just spray the keyboard. As long as it's off. Okay.
You trying to break my laptop, Brad?
No.
You trying to break my
But you know, a
laptop?
little
I feel like
sprayer
you're
underneath the
trying to
sink.
break my laptop.
As long as your computer's off, you can spray the keyboard with the water.
And then, like, how long
Okay.
before you can turn it back on?
I'd wait at least 12, 14 hours.
Couldn't you use like a wipey and just wipe it off?
No, because it's like
It's underneath?
It's underneath now. Yeah. Otherwise, I would have done that a long time.
I just
I just spray it right through the whole keyboard as long as.
I'm just gonna run it over under a sink.
Shower. Because now you can. There needs to be a shower
Laptop holder.
Yep, there it is.
And that's how you get it clean.
Oh, you know what? Actually, no, not even to get it clean. You design it like a cookbook holder with that plastic cover on the front, so it's well waterproof. That would be cool.
They actually have a thing for you can hang your phone or iPad in the shower on the curtain.
Who the heck? Are we
And it's
that
protected?
desperate that we're so unentertained? Do people not know what to do in the shower anymore?
You know
Do we have
what's
to
funny?
look? We have to have their iPhone in there?
I was thinking that very same thing. Like when I get into the shower, that's my thinking time. You know, like my most brilliant
Is that what
ideas.
the kids are calling it these days?
I think for me it's library time, but whatever you want to say.
I'm not done thinking. Go away.
Hey, Mom,
Let me tell you
I'll
something.
be out and shut the fan off in a minute.
Let me tell you something, okay? I keep the porn industry fresh. Because the pool boy.
I'll bet you do.
The pool boy interactions can only go so far for so long.
Wow. So much.
But no, I mean, like that's one thing. You know, you
I
get in the
blushed at
shower
that
and you
statement, by the way.
think up great ideas, new fresh ideas all the time in the shower. And
I'm just
all I
just
can think
watching-
is like, do I really need to watch more YouTube?
I'm just washing the stink from yesterday off. There's not a whole lot of new stuff that comes up in the shower.
Wow.
Nothing new comes up in the shower.
Thank you.
I mean the emotional
weight
Yes.
of your
Yeah.
You know what? I think we've proven there's a lot of low-hanging fruit in the shower.
Oh my God!
You're welcome.
So on that note,
yeah, but yeah, no, I think we do watch. We rely too much on our cell phones. We rely too much on the internet. You know, we need to stop with that crap.
So
So it's a guy who writes for a website and has a computer and.
well, at least he gets paid for
Which
it,
is
you know.
why I hate it.
But if you think about
That's how you know you're a professional, by the way.
There's have you seen I talk about this all the time. I probably said it on here, but Simon Sinek, you know who Simon Sinek is, right? Did you ever watch that video?
No.
It's 15 minutes.
Oh, the one about the leadership.
It's called the Millennial Question.
Yeah, that's
Millennials in the workplace. But
Yeah.
watch the video. It's 15 minutes, some odd seconds. It explains not just millennial generation, everybody, about 80% of society right now. We're so distracted, we can't get away from our phones. We have no
Hang on a second. I got a
meaningful
text.
relationships.
I got a text
Yeah,
coming in.
exactly. Because we don't have an app for that, you know.
Yeah.
You
Oh
can't
my
just
gosh,
swipe
is
right.
that a
Oh, you're my
puppy?
best friend ever. Woo!
That's
I know
not
everything
a
about
real
you. No.
puppy. That can't be a real puppy.
I have
Exactly.
That is a cute puppy.
You ever feel it when you lose your cell phone, you can't find it? It's worse than losing your keys.
Huh? Who's Oh, Gwen's on the phone.
Gwen's on the phone.
Oh no, Gwen, I gotta run. All right, see you later. Thanks. Bye.
Why do you have to?
Hi, Gwen. How are you? Nothing's wrong at all.
Well, it's
Hello, Patrick.
It's funny that you call in right now, Gwen, because we were just talking about food, and well, actually, we were talking about beer in the shower. So it may have been a little awkward.
Among other things, yeah.
May have been a little awkward that you called in right now, but the Rich Solution, by the way, is sponsoring you right now, Patrick. So
well, not for long if she heard my apology on the air yesterday.
Well, she didn't listen.
Good morning, Gwen.
And actually, I asked Gwen to call because things have been happening to her on Facebook as well.
Really?
They have still muted the Doc Thompson's Healthy Lifestyle Challenge Facebook group.
I may or may not have heard about that. Yes. Mhm.
So that is if you've taken part in that group, the messages are not going out. Is that right, Gwen?
Correct.
Correct. Yes, correct.
So no one's getting
Yeah, and
even if you've joined the group and you said I want to get the notifications, Facebook is blocking the notifications.
Correct. And even the only thing I can do is, you know, how you can go and private message everyone. So I started doing that.
Right.
But guess what? They shut that down too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have people's emails, so I have no way of letting people know. So it's very frustrating. But let everybody know we're going to start the contest again and start the group going on Monday.
Okay.
And whoever can join us can join us. I mean, it's out of my control. There's nothing else I can do. I appreciate you guys.
Gwen, you need to start a MeWe group.
Actually, yeah, MeWe group would be a good idea.
Yeah, I'd have to get everybody to migrate over there. That has been mentioned. I don't know how much time that it would take. So
days, because I mean, when you have to pack up the covered wagon and attach the horses, and then you got to take that. I mean, down the trail, it's a long way to get over to MeWe. Let me just tell you, it's a tough ride too. We lose a lot of people on that ride.
And those kitchen cabinets are always full of stuff you never thought of.
They just sway back and forth. So if you go ahead and create the group on MeWe, let's just start pushing people there, because Facebook is not our friend.
Right.
They're just going to continue to block us. So just go ahead and create that group, and then we'll kind of push that out there. Does that work?
Yeah, no, that sounds great. So I saw your Twitter post about someone else having some problem with Facebook. Have you already talked about that this morning?
No, actually, Maury and somebody. Let's see, who? Shoot, I forgot her name already.
Oh, they took away my ability to invite people to watch party.
It is who is Lisa? That's what I thought. I didn't want to say it without knowing. Lisa and maybe Maury are going to be on in about an hour from Patriot Mobile, and yes, Facebook has blocked them from advertising. Stunning.
Wow.
What is happening on social media right now? Absolutely stunning. So yeah, we'll talk about that.
Oh, good. Okay, I'll have to go and listen to that. So I thought I missed it.
No,
okay.
Not at all.
Yep.
So, Gwen, you look fabulous today, by the way. I haven't seen you wear that before.
And you haven't seen me have a beer in the shower either, so there's a lot of things still to come, right?
You don't know that. You don't know that. All right, go to the richsolution.com, and then as soon as Gwen sets up the MeWe Doc Thompson Healthy Lifestyle Challenge, we'll get that information out to you. But be safe out there today, Gwen, and thanks for calling.
Yep, happy Thursday. Thanks, guys.
It's Friday Eve, so again, she's sponsoring. Isn't it stunning?
Yeah,
I mean,
so I'm not one to advocate for litigation, but why is there not some mass class action suit against?
They can do whatever they want. Private. It's their business. If they want to block people, let them block people.
Well, but no. See, I own a business. It's a restaurant. I can't pick and choose who comes in and who doesn't. You know?
Yeah. Well, there's that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, that's what we just have to vote with our fingers and
our dollars,
and click on over to MeWe.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep.
Wow. So the next thing you sent me here, the Irish company has unveiled a new chicken nugget flavor ice cream.
When will the madness end? I'm telling you.
They have meetings where they try to decide how are we going to outdo ourselves. I mean, that must be what it is.
Well, yes, this is maybe the stinky tofu ice cream might work, but what are they thinking? Really, what in the world are they thinking? I mean, first I read an article where this guy, he was excoriated online for eating naked nuggets, right? Basically, he takes the chicken nuggets and he peels the batter off and he just eats the chicken. And people were just...
It was a little weird.
They were mortified. Well, but I mean, whatever.
Why don't you just get the...
Why don't you just go to Chick-fil-A?
Yeah, and get
grilled nuggets.
Yeah, grilled nuggets.
He just likes I think he likes the texture and the taste of the chicken McNuggets.
So I think what he likes is the fried flavor, but without the fried skin.
Well, and who knows? Maybe he just has this nervous habit of peeling the skin off.
That's not skin on a McDonald's chicken McNugget.
Yeah, the breading, whatever it is.
Yeah, because those aren't.
It's
the nuggets. That's
breading. Yep.
That is ground up and flaked and formed chicken right there. You got the
chicken parts, chicken stuff, chicken meal.
Part is parts.
Yeah.
But I would say, though, that, it is a crime against nature.
Well, that's where all of your flavor is. That's why your herbs and spices are in the breading, right?
Exactly.
Maybe his palate isn't used to flavor. I don't know.
He
lives in England. I mean,
that's why we kicked their ass in the war.
Yeah. They couldn't handle spicy food.
Anyway.
That's right.
I can't even...
So wait a minute. So this company is making...
Oh, wait. And this is in Ireland. Of course, it had to be the UK again.
Right.
Yeah, an Irish company has unveiled its latest sweet treat creation, chicken nugget flavor ice cream. It's at the XXL Ice. That's the name of the company.
Maybe
I don't know what the hell they're thinking,
it's,
but
21 Ice.
Is it 21?
Yep. XXI would be 21.
Are you sure it's an I or no?
That's an I.
Okay, sounds good.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah, I trust
They're
you.
all capitals.
I trust
So it'd be a top. It's a capital I.
It'll work.
Okay. 21. It's
ridiculous.
So wait a minute. Is the ice cream? Is the ice cream chicken nugget flavored, or is it just vanilla ice cream with chicken nuggets stuck in it?
So,
you ever stuck your nuggets in vanilla ice cream?
It's made using a combination of meat and ice cream. Then the whole thing is quite literally topped off with a chicken nugget or two. So what they do is they grind up the chicken nugget. You've seen like the same thing that they do with Oreo ice cream. They take vanilla.
All right.
They crunch up the Oreos, and then they mix it in. It's the same thing. They grind it up, mix it in, and make a really nasty ice cream, apparently.
Have you ever had...
Because when you really break it down, what you're eating at this point is chicken sludge and cream.
Yeah.
Oh, but wait, it's even... Well, here's something even more ironic. They take chicken meat, they grind it up, they form it into a patty, they fry it, then you regrind it up, put it in ice cream.
Uh-huh. It's America. Huh. This is America. You know, there are starving children in China right now, but we're sitting high.
Someone earlier just posted a donut with cookie dough and dipped in chocolate, like cut with cookie dough and it dipped in chocolate. And I'm like, all right, yeah, I could get on board with that. I am totally willing for the diabetes is worth it at that point in time.
Have you bathed in that?
But this?
All right, have you ever had Brussels sprout flavored ice cream?
No.
Okay, so years ago in San Jose, somewhere on the coast in California, they had the Brussels sprout
Santa
festival.
Barbara, probably.
Is that where it is? It's been 30 years, so I don't remember. But one of the things was Brussels sprout ice cream, and I remember thinking, that has got to be the nasty, and I tasted
Not
it.
bad.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah. We have avocado gelato in the freezer. It's really good, actually.
Sure it's not breast milk?
From Free Gel? No, it's awesome. No. But how was that in the coffee?
I tell you, I felt like a new person yesterday.
Oh
yeah!
My goodness!
I felt young again.
Hey, for those that want to get, you think about how many animals we kill and how many we eat, and you want to really judge people based on that.
Yeah.
There's a new list that came out.
Yes.
That rank celebrity chef cookbooks by how many animals they kill per recipe.
Oh, that's a good idea. So this is going to take like 4 chickens.
Well, so it doesn't really say that, but it's here's how many animals Rachel Ray Paulity, Mario Batali. Oh. Well, Mario Batali, he's not ever going to be seen in public, I'm just saying.
Right.
Would have you kill per recipe. So they rank them. They have category 1, table 1. These are the really bad people, and number 1 would be.
Hold on, hang on. You're just going to do the number 1?
Mario Batali.
You got to wait for it.
No.
You got to wait for it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I can't
say it.
Oh, Mario Batali.
Say it with more feeling. One more time.
Yeah,
Hold on.
like you're saying it for the first time.
2, 1, and...
Molto Mario Batali.
Very nice.
Yes.
Very nice. Okay, that was good.
Yeah, so what they did is they ranked it based on how many different animals were used to make the recipes. How many animal parts were used to make the recipes? Whether it was chicken bones,
or
beef,
broth,
the actual meat from beef, so on and so forth.
Right.
So according to one of his cookbooks, Molto Gusto, Easy Italian Cooking.
Molto Gusto.
Total deaths in the cookbook, 620. On average, 5.25 animals per recipe. That's...
Okay. So, but I mean, not like a cow. I mean, it can't be...
Well, they're saying, but even if you use one part of the cow, you have to kill it.
Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay. Well, then that's okay. That's
it's a little false advertising.
Because in that same cow is used in 8,000 other recipes.
Pretty close to that, at least.
Okay.
At least, if not 50,000.
Who is this that did this, PETA?
Oh, who cares?
They're crazy. I mean,
it's called Lamy and Sharpless. It's a 2018 paper for the journal Food Ethics. Philosopher Andy Lamy. Okay, there's the problem right there, philosopher. And political theorist Ike Sharpless. Which this whole thing sounds. You know what this sounds like? This sounds like something off The Onion, doesn't it?
It does.
Come on.
Is it?
Until I read that Andy Lamy. And yeah, Ike Sharpless. Vox. It's from Vox. Vox is a big company. They own Eater. Yeah. They own. There's a new Food Network that's coming out. That's by David Chang and his media group.
Is there really on TV? They take it on the Food Network.
Really? We need to talk about that
No
a little
kidding.
bit. Maybe next Monday's meeting. Or Tuesday, rather, because we shifted.
Right.
Yes. So
interesting. They're taking on the Discovery Networks folks.
Kind of. I mean, I think they're just doing it. They're starting out small, but Vox is a big company. Eater's huge. You know, Eater bought out all these. If you had a food blog, Eater.com, it's actually a great resource, right?
Right.
Little left leaning, but they great information.
Right.
About 5, 6, 7 years ago, when they first started out, might have been a little longer. If you had a food blog or another food-related page where you had, just stories, you just posted things, you didn't have to even expand upon that yourself, give your thoughts.
Right.
They paid you to shut your site down and post that we have given in to the big guys, blah, blah, blah. We vow to never post another thing. We recommend you go to eater.com. Here's the click-through link. Yes, I'll show you the story. But they bought out, I don't know how many, but it was really cheap, a couple $100 to close your website down. So if you think, even if they bought out like 100,000 websites, it cost them, $50,000 or $100,000 or less than. It was less than that. It was like ridiculously small amount of money.
That's actually not a bad idea. Just buy up all the competition if you can afford to do it. And buy up all the competition and
there's a figure on how many
websites
actually voluntarily shut down and posted that.
Right.
And it's ridiculous how much competition they took out of there. So if you did any search for food, no matter what you got, it pretty much just led you to their page based on the click-through link.
That's really smart.
Oh yeah, it was brilliant.
Well, we'll just see what they do. There's a lot of audience out there who's ready to watch food, and the preparation of food.
There's got to be a disclaimer in here saying this is BS.
I don't know. It's remember these are third or first world problems that we have now.
Oh, we have to work through and solve.
Yes,
You know what's interesting is Paula Deen emerges as a surprising hero in the study alongside Jamie Oliver.
Wait, Paula Deen and Jamie Oliver are united right now?
No, well, in this.
Because that's interesting.
Oh, and Giada De Laurentiis, she had the lowest count of all, only 0.19 animal deaths per recipe, and only 20 animals killed throughout her whole cookbook.
Really?
Well, it's all pasta. I mean,
Huh. I did not know that.
Yeah.
By the way, on the same chicken nugget ice cream story, and you may have mentioned this before.
Yeah,
the mayonnaise flavor ice cream.
Yeah, dude.
And I love mayonnaise, but
So you're a mayonnaise guy? You're not a salad dressing guy, right?
No, I like mayonnaise.
Thank you.
Like when you say salad dressing, you're talking about like
the other
Kraft,
thing,
whatever that is.
yeah,
Miracle
nasty
Whip.
thing, yeah. Huh?
Miracle Whip is weird. It's
You ever had Duke's mayonnaise? No,
Yes,
seriously.
actually.
Duke's,
Yes, I have.
Duke's brand mayonnaise. Yeah,
Yes, I have.
I actually bought some and brought it in to the fridge.
Yeah, and I actually found I was going through the drawers in there looking for coffee filters and found a big container of mayonnaise that had been in there for like a year.
Yeah, I threw another one out too that was in there last week. Can I just tell you, I was very happy after Beth cleaned out the refrigerator on Sunday.
Oh, I know
that the Duke's mayonnaise was still in there. I was like, yes, mayonnaise.
We had science projects in there.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah, Doc left a few things in there. I was like,
Yes, he did.
We were trying
Pictures
to.
of stuff. A couple of pictures of stuff.
We kept waiting for him to come back and clean it up, and apparently he's just like protesting.
That vacation on
right?
the beach,
I know. I don't blame him. All right, what else you got for us?
There's that little thing, Mother's Day. I don't know. Cook some food. You know what? Actually, I posted a really good recipe yesterday for a. You ever had a croque madame or croque monsieur?
Just what time is it?
Croque madame. No. Remember we went
7 this morning
when we were traveling to Ohio,
right?
And we had those breakfast sandwiches. It was a sandwich that was a ham and cheese sandwich. It was basically a grilled ham and cheese sandwich.
Right.
But in France, croque madame is where they cut a hole out of the top piece of bread and they drop an egg in it and put more cheese on top and then broil it. It's basically a grilled cheese sandwich with an egg drop. So it's like
dirty
it's like
mouth.
Like an egg in a hole or egg in a basket on top of a grilled cheese. I just posted a casserole version of that yesterday at Spoonie Radio Facebook page.
Is on the Facebook page?
It's on the Facebook page, yep.
Oh.
I'll put it up on Twitter as well. I haven't gone on Twitter now in how many weeks, I guess. I have like 17,000 notifications. Well, more like 1,400, but I have to go and actually respond.
Oh, you had me at egg and cheese.
Yeah, exactly.
That sounds
a little
nummy,
hammy.
nummy. Yeah.
Moon's over my hammy. What is up with that?
Denny's.
That's
a great.
I love that sandwich.
Yes.
Awesome.
Denny's has some great
Only
stuff.
thing I think I've ever ordered there.
Denny's is great, especially at 2 a.m. when you are hammered.
Yeah, that. IHOP the crepes.
Yes.
The ones with the lingonberry, the Swedish ones.
Yep.
Lingonberry butter, lingonberry jam.
By the way, I saw yesterday, it flashed across in a headline that IKEA is going to make vegetarian meatballs.
Yeah,
they're Swedish meatballs that are based in plants. Did you see that?
No, but I'm not surprised. So they're probably mimicking the what is that? The Impossible
Impossible
Burger and all that kind
Mm-hmm.
of stuff. There was another one right across from us. It wasn't the Impossible Burger.
I thought that was the Impossible Burger across.
No,
from
that
us.
one was down the way. The one across from us was actually really good. Remember?
Yeah.
Why are we calling it a meatball then? If it's not.
Well, there is a big lawsuit. And so I think in
It's
in
false
Arizona,
advertising.
in Arizona, you can't say anything that does not come from a mammal.
Yeah.
You cannot call it, or an animal rather.
Yeah, I
not
was gonna
animal
say,
based.
yeah.
You can't say milk, so you can't say cashew milk. You can't say but you can't say butter either. So peanut butter is going to be now peanut nut spread.
But that doesn't make any sense to me because you can actually say, yeah, this is like a form of butter. I mean, butter doesn't necessarily have
Butter's
to
churned
be
from
something.
cream, which comes from it
No,
has
I
to be
understand that, but I mean, like it's the.
I'm not disagreeing with you.
I just feel like meat indicates that it came from an animal. It's a product that comes from the edible parts of an animal. Here we have
no, because you can get meat. Like a walnut, that's the meat of the walnut,
nut
isn't
meats.
it?
Like,
It is.
yeah.
So technically,
I know a family in
No, I guess
Arizona
that's
that actually
true.
owns. They're one of the largest grocery store chains, Bashas' in Arizona, and they own. They have AJ's, which is another like higher end. It's a lot like a small Whole Foods.
Yeah,
right.
I'm going to call them and find out. That was one of the first jobs I ever had. Eddie Basha hired me at his grocery store. I don't know what the hell he was thinking, but he was.
He knew you were going to be a big star.
Actually,
one
he
day.
was a great guy, amazing mentor. But I'm going to call. They have a couple hundred, I think about 50 or 100 grocery stores, but I don't care if it's less than that. I need to find out how that's affected them because you're talking now. You have to wait for all these companies to relabel products just for your market,
right?
And that's got to be terribly.
It's just like the petroleum market in California. You got to have all the special blends. Just for that state.
19
Yeah.
for every
Yeah.
stupid county. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's all of these progressive ideas and ideologies that are just they're going to drag us
And
all
tax
down.
that out of the price range you can
Yes,
afford to
pretty
drive.
much.
Yeah. I hate that.
Yeah.
You know, it's the most beautiful state ever. It's beautiful there.
Yes,
it really
it
is. As a businessman there,
Beautiful,
it's so hard to do things in
but
California.
deadly. Beautiful and deadly.
Do you know the stupidest thing I think they ever did? When I was in San Diego, I used to work my the kitchen staff.
Make
worked,
it quick. You got 20 seconds.
Okay, they worked 4 10-hour days, right? Then they had 3 days off. They changed it to where overtime kicked in at after 8 hours a day. If you work 9 hours a week, that 1 hour is overtime.
I love that. I could be making more than I'm making right now. So could you. So could you. So could you. It's all starting to look good, isn't it? Go to Spoonie Radio. That's Chef Patrick. What time's your show on this afternoon?
2 o'clock Eastern,
Good.
1 o'clock Central.
Spoonie. This is your Daily Mojo.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk. Mojo 50.
News this hour from townhall.com. I'm Rich Thomason. Stock futures pointing to a lower open on Wall Street. In a half hour, the market rattled by the U.S.-China trade dispute. Trade talks between the two sides scheduled to resume later today in Washington. The Trump administration going after judicial activism.
The Trump administration plans to challenge the right of federal district courts to issue nationwide injunctions. Vice President Mike Pence announced the plan in comments to the Federalist Society on Wednesday.
For the sake of our liberty, our security, our prosperity, and the separation of powers, this era of judicial activism must come to an end.
Administration officials have complained often about the numerous nationwide injunctions issued by federal judges since President Trump took office. Mike Gracia, Washington.
About 1,000 guns have been seized from a mansion in an upscale Los Angeles neighborhood. A man is under arrest. Police say an anonymous tip about gun sales led them to that home. For the second time in less than a week, North Korea has fired off some missiles. 2 suspected short-range missiles were launched this time. Former presidential advisor, Salem Radio talk host Dr. Sebastian Gorka says it's hard to know exactly what Kim Jong-un is up to.
It's difficult to ascertain if this is a function of something that Kim had to do for domestic reasons, if it had to do with something, a message that was sent from Moscow or elsewhere. But at the end of the day, we're not seeing the nuclear detonations. We're not seeing the targeting of Japan or the Sea of Japan.
In Highlands Ranch, Colorado, they're remembering a young hero, Kendrick Castillo, one of 3 teens who rushed a gunman who had barged into their classroom. Kendrick gave his life to save others. He and his 2 classmates disarmed the shooter. Police say they doubtless saved many lives. Wall Street Dow futures down 227 points. S&P futures off 27. More on these stories at townhall.com.
It looks like you're losing.
I am.
Are you losing weight?
I am losing. I've lost about 10 pounds.
How are you doing it?
Funny name, but I've done it with Riduzone. RIDUzone.com, and the stuff works. It's, you get into all that, the molecule this and the found in that. All I can tell you is it makes you feel full, and it keeps your mind off of wanting to overeat.
And also boosts your metabolism, so you're burning more.
Yeah,
Try it today. It's going to work for you like it's worked for Brad and countless other people. Riduzone.com. RIDUzone.com.
Having an extra supply of food on hand is just smart. Some people call it prepping. I call it smart. You never know what's going to happen in this world. Go to MyPatriotSupply.com. You'll find out a lot of good reasons to have that food and some great prices. MyPatriotSupply.com.
A former Democratic National Committee member told Politico on Monday that he will become national senior advisor to the Draft Beto campaign. That sounds like a horrible beer, probably a Pilsner.
The Defenders with Stephen Airy, tonight at 9.
MoJo 50.
Do you use the expensive blue or yellow pills to charge your sex life? Are you thinking about it? What if we can promise you the same results for less than $3 a pill? If you're paying $20 a pill for the other pills, you're getting taken to the cleaners. Our pills deliver the exact same results for less than $3. You'll save more than $16 a pill for the same results. And right now, radio callers will get 44 blue or yellow pills for $120 with free discreet shipping. You can save more than $700 off pharmacy prices. Charge your sex life now and save a ton of money. Call now and get your 44 pills and save over $700 and qualify for free shipping. Stop overpaying and call right now.
800-218-6473. 800-218-6473. 800-218-6473. That's 800-218-6473.
This is the MoJo 50 Institute for the Advanced Application of Freedom. Ya bitches. The mothership has landed.
Dateline, New Jersey. A theme park there said the malfunction that sent 2 roller coaster crash dummies crashing into the roof of a neighboring hotel was a problem with the dummies and not with the ride itself. Here is that story.
Operators of an amusement park at the Jersey Shore say their roller coaster is safe, even though a pair of test dummies flew off during a safety check. An animation of the Gale Force coaster at Playland's Castaway Cove in Ocean City says the ride hit speeds of 64 miles an hour. During a test ride 10 days ago, 2 water-filled dummies fell off and then crashed into a hotel next door, causing some damage to the roof. Now, the park says the dummies had undetected leaks that made them lose their shape, causing them to fall. The park also says that nothing on the ride failed, including the lap bar that secures riders.
Aha. So you're standing there in line. You're waiting to ride this brand new roller coaster, I guess, and you see the safety dummies fly off and land on the hotel across the street.
Mm-hmm.
Do you get on anyway?
Is there a chance that I could survive long enough to have a lawsuit?
Oh man, that would that's bad publicity. So there might sometimes they say that there's no such thing as bad, but that right there is bad publicity.
Yeah.
Just saying, when your test dummies fly off the ride and onto a hotel across the street, you got problems.
I would say that, it would dissuade me from actually getting on the ride.
Maybe. Can you ride roller coasters and stuff? I mean, did they bother you?
No, not at all. I love roller coasters.
Can you do the spinny things, the things that go around in a circle and pin you up like against the wall?
Yes.
You can do that too?
Yeah.
Oh, I can't do it.
Those are fun.
Oh.
I
can't do it.
Yeah, the key is obviously don't fight it. Just let it.
Just lay there and take it.
Just lay there and take it.
Just like prison.
Exactly.
Okay, well then,
you can learn a lot from prison, Brad.
Okay, I hadn't really thought about it in those terms, but yeah.
Yeah.
No, so you can. I can't. Even thinking about it makes me nauseous.
Lay there and enjoy the ride, buddy.
Right. I can't do that.
No. I actually used to have like this really horrible fear of roller coasters, and then like most things, me trying to show off to a girl made me get on one, and I found out that I loved them actually.
I've been married. Nothing scares me.
And what's funny though is like there are some coasters that I don't pass out a lot, but there was one in Georgia, the Batman ride.
Did you say I don't pass out a lot?
I don't pass out a lot, but
Except it's a party.
You know, I was that Batman ride at the Georgia Six Flags.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is about that ride, dude, but it like does this loop to loop thing like so quickly that my brain just goes, it like switches off for a second, and then I come back to it, and my head's like down here.
You passed out on a ride, really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and
That's weird.
It was really neat.
I went. I don't know if I've told the story before. At Six Flags, I think it's the Iceman. It's the one that the coaster goes all the way straight up the track, stops when it's vertical, and then comes back down.
Yeah.
So I get into the car. It's me, Sam, and I think there were three of us. So I get into the car. We sit down. I put the seatbelt on. I reach over. I put it in and click it.
Right.
And as I'm putting it in there, I realize, okay, it feels weird because when I put the lap belt into the receiver, it covered up the release button.
Really?
Yeah, so there was, you could put it in one way and it didn't. You put it in the other way, but I didn't know that until after I had, click, and I stuck it in. I realized I can't get to the release button on the seatbelt. There's no way to release the seatbelt now.
So that's pretty much where you live now.
Oh, holy crap!
Yeah.
They stopped the ride. They shut that thing down. I'm sitting there with the lap belt on, going, okay, this is kind of weird. Are you telling me that I had a 50-50 shot of putting the
I was going to say, how often does this happen?
Right, and that's what I kept asking. Well, this never happened before. I'm like, how is that possible that no one's ever flipped that buckle over?
Did they even have a sign anywhere that tells you?
No.
So basically, I'm going to imagine that they've shut this thing down at least 5,000-6,000 times a day.
Well, and they shut it down. Of course, everybody's eyes go right to you.
Of course.
When we got to shut it down for this guy.
When they swarm you.
And they just stare at you and you're like, hey, I didn't know. I put the seatbelt on.
This could have been you.
The most terrifying thing, though, do you know how we got the seatbelt out?
How?
Dude behind me in line, looks like, fairly good shape. He's gone to the gym a time or two.
Right.
He comes over, because I tried pulling on it. There was no way I was getting it out because of my leverage point. He comes over, kind of straddles the thing, grabs it with both hands, goes, pop, and just pulls the seatbelt out of the buckle.
Really?
With his bare hands.
Wow. So
how comfy
Superman just came up to you.
How comfy does that make you feel that somebody could just come over and go, pop,
and
pull the whole thing out?
Like some alpha dude just came over to rescue you.
We had dinner that night. It was, we went to a movie. It was, he was my hero.
Yeah.
But that was just a weird coaster moment. I love roller coasters.
Oh, man, roller coasters are, pretty much, they're the closest thing you can come to, like, I don't want to say dying or danger, but I mean, like, the very idea and feeling of danger without actually being in danger.
I like it dangerous.
You do? Yeah. There's this, the Goliath is probably one of my favorites because I love the sensation of falling,
Mm-hmm.
And man, you come off of that roller coaster and it's just,
yeah.
But you know what's weird
Makes
is
palms sweaty, doesn't it?
I typically don't get scared on roller coasters, but there is one roller coaster that worries me. If you go to Galveston to the Pleasure Pier,
wait a minute. Hold on, is that a theme park or is that
it's a theme park?
Parlor?
Yeah, it's no, that's the Lotus.
Gotcha.
That's the Pleasure Lotus.
Sorry.
No, the Pleasure Pier is kind of like it's a theme park in Galveston. It's on a huge long pier, but there's something about it being on a dock. And it's not just this roller coaster. I mean, it's a ton of different rides and stuff with like gravity taking effect and swinging around. And the only thing I can think is like one day, all it's going to take is like, enough rust to accumulate on one of the stands or something, or maybe a board breaks, something weakens from the spray. And it just, the roller coaster or maybe one of the rides that's supposed to fling you around just puts too much stress. The whole entire thing falls apart. Everyone dies, and that's the only time I have ever really been scared on a roller coaster.
That'll do it.
That ride, and it wasn't even because I thought the ride itself was unsafe. It's because I thought the foundation it was on. And you're like, it's what because you're like walking on the deck on the Pleasure Pier in Galveston, and you feel a ride go through, and you just feel the deck go.
Yeah,
and I'm just like, oh, okay.
That's like the ones at the top of the stratosphere in Vegas.
Yeah. Oh,
and you're thinking, you know what? If a bolt fails on this, I'm not just going to fall 10 feet.
No,
I'm falling for it. Whatever. It's way up there.
Yeah.
It's
There's
spooky.
that to me is like some of the scariest crap right there. Even just thinking about it gives me the heebie-jeebies.
The heebie-jeebies. Speaking of the heebie-jeebies, what are you ranting about?
Oh, you know what?
What?
I was going to rant about some nonsense with Desmond is Amazing. You ever heard of him?
No.
So, yeah, Converse, they announced this line of LGBT shoes.
Yeah.
And,
what?
Yeah, like LGBT, like themed
They have different
shoes.
feet?
Yeah, apparently. Yeah.
Grief.
But they announced this thing, and it's for, and they grabbed like 6 people, well-known people from the LGBT community. You know, some of them involved in sports. One of them was like a Navy SEAL who's trans now or whatever.
Right.
And that's all well and good. I don't care. I do not care about companies making stuff for or like the homosexual themed stuff. I don't care. It doesn't
I just don't
bother
understand
me.
it.
I don't understand it either. Like I mean, they don't really make. The only thing that I think is crap is they don't make like, well, here's a Christian themed shoe,
Right.
like
Well, but you're right. It's a private business, and they do whatever they want.
Right. I don't care. The LGBT community doesn't bother me as long as they don't bother me.
It just
as
seems
long
like
as they
they'd be
don't, as long as they don't
pandering.
try to force me to obey laws that favor them or take money out of my wallet without asking. Like, I don't care. I have many gay friends, gay lesbian friends, and they're beautiful people. I'd be very sad if we
except that one guy.
So yeah, even him. Yeah. But what bothered me about this was the fact that they put Desmond is Amazing as one of the 6 LGBT people that they are representing. Now I'm gonna go ahead and tweet this out so that you guys can see what I'm talking about, and it even links back to the website. Now I'm just gonna hashtag it what I learned today.
It's a shoe that features Desmond is Amazing.
So it's just the ad campaign.
Okay.
Now, for those of you who
that's
don't
the kid.
know,
I gotcha. I'm with you.
For those of you who don't know, Desmond is Amazing. He is a drag act. He is also 11 years old.
Yeah, we like to call that child abuse.
That's exactly what it is. But in our society today, this is not considered child abuse at all, despite the fact that every time I see Desmond is Amazing, they are sexualizing the crap out of him. All right, he is dressing up as a girl. He's in weird poses and stuff. And there's at one point in time he was at a gay bar in New York at 2 a.m. dancing on the stage while people threw money at him. All right, this is the kind of nonsense that we're apparently okay with nowadays. In fact,
his therapist bill when he gets older.
Seriously, they investigated his parents for child abuse and could come up with absolutely nothing. They're not abusing him in any way. This is all apparently his choice. Whatever. I still think it's a little weird.
Wait a minute. His choice to be out at 2 a.m. at a
gay bar
dancing. Okay,
Yeah.
that's not his choice. He's 11. That is
the parent's
your
choice. Yeah.
choice, and by allowing that,
absolutely,
that is ridiculous.
I guess it was also his choice to open up a drag club for kids in New York. All right, look, if you are associating a child in any way, shape, or form with drag, then you are sexualizing the kid. You are introducing gender and sexuality and all that stuff into the kid's life. All right. And don't tell me that this whole LGBT thing isn't intersectional with that. I know it is. I've seen it multiple times. The activists are not particularly quiet about it. All right. So my anger here comes from the fact that we have Converse, who's, by the way, I've been wearing their shoes for years. I love their shoes. We have Converse basically promoting the idea of transgenderism in children. I don't care if they were like, yeah, transgender people, we acknowledge they exist, yada, yada, yada. Hey, here's a shoe for you. Fine, whatever. All right. I have qualms about that, but
I just didn't know they had different feet.
Oh, they do.
That's what I'm at a loss for. I mean,
they're
What is it about the shoes that makes them transgender?
They're small and dainty.
Okay. But if you're transgender, I was going to say, if you're transgender the other way,
right?
Then I don't get how. I mean, are they like? Is one an army boot and the other one a ballet slipper? If you wear them in pairs like that, I don't understand it.
I don't get it either. But I mean, like in the it's basically just like, for instance, Desmond's it's rainbow colored. It's a rainbow colored shoe. The Navy SEAL dude, who turned into a woman or something like that. Hers are like shiny and purple. I don't know. It's.
Well, they sound pretty, but I don't.
Yeah.
All right.
But what was my point? I was going somewhere.
Well, it's ridiculous to be. Well, we were talking about sexualizing the 11-year-old.
Okay. Look, transgenderism, which is what this really boils down to. I'm not going to waste time on the difference between drag and transgenderism. It all kind of relates into the same thing. At the end of the day, it is you calling yourself a woman, acting like a woman, dancing like a woman, whatever. And also, I don't understand. This is just a quick interjection. I do not understand why this sexualization of children is okay, because recently we just had, and this is proof of what I'm talking about when it comes to children being sexualized. We just had a 11 or 12-year-old drag kid posed in a picture next to a naked drag queen.
Wow.
Yeah. And we're all just supposed to celebrate this and call it progressive and hey, everyone's like open-minded and great. No. If you put a kid next to a naked man in a photo, that's child porn. Okay, I'm sorry. That's child porn. But this is what we're considering. This is what we're allowing nowadays. Now it's like it's modern art or it's progressive. It's the future, you know. And I'm sorry if that's the future, then I don't want to be a part of it. But let's remember that transgenderism carries with it a 40% suicide rate. All right, that is abnormally high for a group. No other group has that. Not even groups that have been persecuted in the past had that kind of suicide rate. All right, the Jewish people in the 1940s didn't have that kind of suicide rate. You know, black people during during slavery era did not have that kind of suicide rate. The reason that they have this suicide rate, the transgender community, is because it is a mental disorder.
And you probably feel trapped once you have the surgery to, especially if you are male to female. Once you have the snip,
right?
It's irreversible,
right? It is irreversible. And I would say this: there are doctors that can at least give you a semblance of your life back afterward, and the amount of this is coming from a doctor who recently, and I'll tell you this story after this. Because it's very interesting. The amount of people coming in and saying, "Look, I had a transition surgery." You know, like let's say I was a male, I transitioned to female. The amount of people who are coming in to have that reversed.
But how do you reverse that?
I don't know, but he said that it has gone. It started as a trickle. Like it was like.
Sorry, gotta do it.
It was I don't know, like a person here and there a year, and then it increased. Now it's like up in like over 100 people a year come to see this doctor to reverse their transition surgeries. Wow. So
that would suck. I mean, that really would. When you get to that point and you're like, "Holy crap, I've made a horrible mistake."
Right.
Please help me. I mean, it's tragic.
No, it absolutely is
tragic.
And what's bad is that that 40% suicide rate for transgender people, that is without the surgery. That's just a base suicide rate for them. Wow. All right. That suicide rate, however, goes up 19 times after you have the surgery.
Wow.
Yeah. So what they are doing, and this is what when I say they, I mean Converse, what they are essentially doing is promoting the idea that it is okay to push transgenderism on your kids, which holds a 40% suicide rate. That goes up 19 times when you have a transition surgery. Now, I don't know if maybe if Desmond is amazing is Desmond Napolis, I think is his real name, is considering getting surgery. If he did, if I read that, I can't remember now. But either way, it doesn't matter. He still has an abnormally high suicide rate, and he's 11, and he is trying to push this on other kids. Now, I see this whole Desmond Napolis thing. And then I see like drag queen reading hour for kids. You know, I see websites that are pushing these plastic penises on kids. You know, like little tiny plastic penises that girls can wear around under their clothes.
Grief.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about when I say little girl, I mean like 5-6-year-olds. There are websites where you can go out and buy these tiny little plastic prosthetic penises that your little girl can wear. Wow. All right. I see lawsuits where, and even just YouTube videos that are the idea of trying to push transgenderism, trying to push queerness on children. They're children. All right. You know, when I was a kid, I was more concerned with who was going to come outside and play hide and seek with me.
Yes.
You know, who was going to play the games with me outside. Now they're pushing this stuff on our children that's like, yeah, well, now you need to be more concerned about their sexuality. You need to start teaching them more about sex, more sex, more sex, more sex, more sex, more sex. And this is what I keep seeing. This is just another thing, another drop in the bucket of people trying to force sexualization on our children. And what's bad, what's even worse than that, is it's sexualization that is horrible enough that it might kill them later on. This isn't just sexualization. This isn't just them having a morbid interest in sex at a very young age. This is him having a morbid interest in something that could damage them mentally in the future. And we're not allowed to talk about it, which leads me to that thing that I was talking to you about the transition surgeries.
Yes.
You know that scientists would like to study it but can't?
Okay, why?
Because they are afraid of the backlash from the LGBT community activists. There is one doctor who was talking to this doctor who had said he had the hundreds of people come in a year to reverse the transition surgeries. He goes, okay, I'm going to go to a local university or a university, and I'm going to get funding, and we're going to do research on this because this is crazy. At first, they funded him.
Right.
And you know what? I'm going to go ahead and post this story because I wrote it a long time ago. They initially funded his research.
Right.
However, they took it back. They said, basically called him before an ethics board. And they were like, look, we can't give you the funding for this. We can't allow you to study this at our college. And the guy said, why? And he goes, because they were quite blank about it up front. We are afraid of the backlash that would come to us from the LGBT community.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, it's they're almost terroristic threats.
Yes.
I mean, that's pretty much what it ends up becoming.
Yeah, and so I mean, this is, when you really break it down, this is very, very scary stuff. There's a hospital in the UK, and I think we talked about this on the show the other day. Mm-hmm. There's a hospital in the UK that was essentially just throwing transition medications at children who even gave the slightest indication that they might be transgender or gay or whatever. It doesn't matter. They weren't even like stopping to check. And when I talk about when I say the slightest thing, imagine a 3-year-old coming in wearing mommy's high heels and going, look, mommy.
Right. Who hasn't done that?
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Kids, they do that kind of stuff. But they take these little meanings as, oh, well, he's obviously transgender.
Yeah.
He's obviously trans. No. But this is how crazy our society has become. We are almost to a point where we are forcing our children into this. And it's so sad. Our children can't even be children anymore.
No, you're absolutely right. Backyard cows, by the way, got it right. The name of the surgery you're looking for, Brett, is lobotomy.
Lobotomy.
That's the opposite of the addictomy.
That's very good. Yeah. So I'm posting that story right now to to Twitter.
All right, and I just retweeted that on the Daily Mojo Twitter feed there. Just Peachy said, if nothing else, the Desmond is amazing conversation. Finally got Madam Sue Jackhole to agree with the Brandon Morse. See, it brought houses together. There was some good that came out of it. That's excellent.
Yeah.
Love can build a bridge.
I'm glad that Sue finally saw the light.
Love can build a bridge, baby.
No, but yeah. I don't know at this point in time how. Look, at some point in time, we have to stand up against these people and just risk the idea of being mobbed. That we're going to face public backlash and take the bullet for children. These are our kids. And they're being forced into this. And it's sad. I'm sorry, but I would much rather be accused of being a transphobe or whatever.
Yep.
Because I stood in the way of somebody taking a kid and making them, essentially forcing them through either drugs, peer pressure, whatever, to engage in a lifestyle that actually would bring them harm.
Yep. You're right.
And that's something we need to be braver about in the future. And I realize it's easier said than done. I mean, these people can make you lose your job. They did for me. I had a paying gig at one point in time, and because of transgender community outrage, I was taken off of that that job, a job that I really wanted. I worked toward for a long time.
Doesn't seem fair.
It doesn't seem fair. But this is just one of those things where we have to bite the bullet.
Well, we retweeted those stories for you. By the way, and yes, something has to be done. Question: what is the best month to start a diet?
That's a good question.
The very best month. You got a shot 1 in 12. Go.
Go right now. Right now.
No, that's the second best time. The best month to start a diet is in October.
October?
Yes.
Why is that?
Weight gain through holiday indulgence during the holiday season can take up to 5 months to lose. After October, body weight tends to increase as holiday festivities begin and continue into early January. That's why. Because you're going to be out there pigging out. So the best time to start a diet, October. The second best time, right now.
Yeah.
Right now. And if you're there, I think I'm finally ready to kick the sugar. I'm doing the love my tummy. I'm taking that and trying to. When I bought some fruit yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And this is time for Riduzone. If you're ready to make the commitment.
Mm-hmm.
See, people with metabolisms like yours, Brandon, piss me off. I mean, I feel like stabbing you in the eye with a pen right now.
If it makes you feel any better, mine is slowing way down. I am gaining weight, man.
My plan is complete.
You know, one of the hardest part is
is eating fewer calories than you put out. That's why Riduzone is important.
Yeah.
They can speed up a slow metabolism. They can make you feel fuller faster, and it could be your secret weapon in the battle of the bulge, the battle against the bulge. So, see what I did there? Yeah. Riduzone.com. Is it /Mojo? Try that. If not, use promo code Mojo. Try it all. This is your Daily Mojo.
High capacity, fully automatic, large caliber, freedom. MoJo 50.
Are you ready to debate? Yes, we're nearing the first of the debates for the 2020 Democratic primary, and that means a focus back on issues that matter to America or not. Politico believes the following 11 issues are the, quote, biggest 2020 issues facing America. Supreme Court expansion, legalizing marijuana, abolishing the Electoral College, universal health care, taxing the rich, reparations, free college, rejecting super PACs, late-term abortions, the Green New Deal, and eliminating the filibuster. Does that align with Americans' actual sentiments on the problems facing this country? Well, Gallup happens to track this stuff, and let's just say the two don't match up. According to Gallup's latest information, the top 3 issues facing the country are the government/poor leadership, immigration, and health care. And even those issues are not majority issues for the country. In fact, the top issue is government/poor leadership at 23%, followed by immigration at 21% and health care at 7%. If you add up all the economic single issues, it comes up to just 13%, which would place it third on the list and at the second lowest percentage in the history of Gallup's tracking. The high came in 2009 with our country in the depths of the Great Recession and 86% of the people naming the economy as the number one issue. That's steadily declined, down to 12% within the last year. While healthcare and government as an umbrella topic are shared between the two lists, going deeper into the numbers suggests leadership, not governmental changes like abolishing the Electoral College or the filibuster, are what people are really talking about. All this serves as a stark reminder of how out of touch the Democratic presidential race and the media in general have become to the realities of America as a whole. I'm Andrew Coppins. This has been By the Numbers, and you can follow me on all the socials at The Coppins Show.
By the Numbers with Andrew Coppins is powered by TarRiverArms.com. They've revolutionized online firearm sales with high-resolution pictures, 3D imaging, and the best prices. How much will you save? Find out at TarRiverArms.com. That's TarRiverArms.com.
The Daily Mojo.
Get your communiques in on the Twitter and everywhere else. National Z-Emergency. If you use the term Battle of the Bulge after discussing Desmond the Amazing, you're doing it wrong. That's true. That was my bad. I apologize. Doc Thompson got run over by an Amtrak. It's becoming normalized for children to stay at home under the care of their parents until 26. Then we should not be pushing sexuality on kids earlier than the norm. It should be much, much later, especially if they're not mature enough to live on their own. See, all of the progressive left, all of their philosophies end up contradicting each other at some point. They all end up crossing paths and making things real confusing. Maury Leland is here with us with Patriot Mobile. That's your little button there. That should be up. And Lisa's here, and Eric, right? Aaron, sorry. So this, and Brandon, you haven't even heard this yet.
No, I haven't.
You're in for a treat.
Oh,
good.
This is when Matt Locke told me this yesterday, I was stunned. Patriot Mobile on Facebook.
Speaking of.
Yeah, exactly. That's all right. That's the beauty. We're selling phones, so we can hear phones. Patriot Mobile has been banned on Facebook from advertising.
Wow.
From advertising on Facebook.
But it's a thank you note.
Huh. It's okay. Explain that. It's a
thank you note. So
what happened was.
All right, Maury. Yeah, tell the what. Yeah, what is? Give us the background.
I'm Maury, and I'm the CEO of Patriot Mobile. I got my couple of my
Your
team
peeps,
here,
your posse.
Lisa and Aaron. I brought a posse, brought reinforcements. In case things get out of hand over here at MoJo.
Never.
We hope they do.
It's pretty straightforward. I mean, we're on Facebook like you are, like lots of other organizations.
Yep.
And occasionally they put their thumb down and put their thumbprint on you and hold you down if you say something that's not up to their standards.
Right.
But in this case, we wanted to actually boost an ad, and we pay them, right?
Right.
And the advertisement, it's gotten to the point where even our advertisements are under scrutiny. So in this case, we wanted to boost an ad that showed a thank you note. I mean, I've got the thank you note here that came from one of our members.
Right.
And this nice lady, I won't give you her name, but she sends us a note to say hats off to one of your service folks.
Mm-hmm.
So we have a wonderful lady named Angel who works with our member services. And this is just a handwritten thank you note saying, thank you. I got my phone. Angel was wonderful. And you don't get many of these days.
Sure,
right?
no. Yeah, absolutely
so
not.
we just put the words onto an ad and said, look, this is what our members feel about us.
Mm-hmm.
And Facebook came back and said, you're not going to be able to run that because it's of a political or a national security nature.
Are you serious?
Related to politics and of national importance. And it's a thank you card, which we get a lot of those electronically.
Sure.
And we get, positive Better Business Bureau reviews. And we encourage all of our members to go out there and tell them how incredible the experience is, but a thank you card. And so I was trying to figure out, and had asked them several different times, how is this related to politics and of national importance?
Yes.
And so they kept sending me back to read our policies. And I said, well, read my post because it's a thank you card saying that if your cell phone company, Big Mobile, that gives to the left, does not support you in a way that you want to write a handwritten thank you note, come join us at Patriot Mobile. And it was taken down. And I don't know how it was political in nature because it said MAGA with your mobile, right? So you can make America great again with your mobile.
That's it right there.
Perhaps that hashtag was what I needed to take out.
Our member didn't write that. Lisa wrote that
on our Facebook post.
So, you put some hashtags at the bottom to spread it around, and that's probably what did it.
Yep.
The interesting part is they let it run for 10 days, and then it was taken off.
Someone complained. Probably somebody complained and who knows who it was, or their algorithms finally, in their sweep caught it.
So let's be honest. I mean, there's too many sites out there. There's too many of us out there. Let's be real. There's not a human sitting somewhere in the basement in California, likely, that's taking a look at Patriot Mobile daily. But what there is there's a human somewhere in their chain that has now put the algorithm in place and the keywords and the logic.
Mm-hmm.
They can't go back and scrutinize everybody every day, but something as innocuous as this.
The one thing that we have to remember, though, is that these algorithms were written by people with biases.
That's the key right there.
And so technically, I mean, we can say that there's not, and maybe there is, though. There definitely is on Twitter. People actually scrolling through and manually doing this. Maybe it's not the case in Facebook. I don't know if that's, I don't know if I believe that. But I will say that they are programming their system to reject, ban, or suspend anyone who is promoting certain types of ideas. Those ideas all, if we're being 100% honest and looking at the patterns, lean right. With the exception, one notable exception, Louis Farrakhan, who I swear they just threw that in there to be like, well, it's not everyone on the right.
And that's what they use. But a good question. So is it a bias?
What's that?
They labeled him conservative.
Oh, they tried to. Both CNN and the Washington Post.
Louis Farrakhan. So is it a bias? That's an easy way out for them. or is it intentional?
Mm-hmm.
And of course, we don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to be a conspiracy theorist because the last conspiracy theorist got booted off Facebook last week.
If it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, and walks like a duck, it's probably a duck. James Woods got Twitter banned.
Yeah.
The Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez parody account got Twitter banned. And this was earlier this week. And you just mentioned the Farrakhan account. InfoWars, Alex Jones got banned on Facebook.
Yeah, you have
Alex Jones and Laura Loomer and anybody associated even peripherally with InfoWars was taken off.
Paul Joseph Watson was taken off.
And I was discussing this with Matt Locke yesterday. The fact that they're prepping for 2020. I say the social media platforms. They are setting the field. They are preparing the gymnasium. However you want to look at it, they are laying out all of the puzzle pieces so that there can be as little communication on the conservative / libertarian / right side of things. For the 2020 election.
We already know that Facebook is doing this intentionally because they just did this overseas in an election where they literally cut off. Or they suspended one of the candidates running for the leader. I can't remember the country now. But they suspended the right-leaning leader there from even being able to post anything.
This is stunning. I mean, and I don't know why I'm surprised, but I think we're the frog in the pot of water. I mean, it's heating up.
Yep.
You know, and we're seeing all that, and we all keep thinking, this can't be. Nah, because we don't want to believe it.
Happens to you.
Right, yes.
You think this could not be true, and then it happens to you, and you believe it.
You know, it's interesting, and I'm sorry if I'm going off on tangents.
You should be.
That's your job.
Yes. But one of the things I keep saying is like, look, you might not like Alex Jones or Paul Joseph Watson. All right, you might think that they're crazy or just walking, talking memes. I don't know. Maybe you think that they're horrible people. Fine. However, the fact that they got banned, despite the fact that they violated no terms of service on any of the social media platforms, should scare you, because what this is that situation. Well, first they came for the smokers, but I wasn't a smoker, so I said nothing. All right. Well, first they came for the conspiracy theorists, and I wasn't a conspiracy theorist, so I said nothing. All right. Then they came for the right-leaning extremists, but I wasn't an extremist, so I said nothing. And now they're going to come for you. Trust me, it's coming.
If there's any doubt that they're taking sides, there should be no doubt.
Oh, there's no doubt.
Patriot Mobile, our company, we take sides. We do.
Sure.
We support conservative, patriotic causes, and we're open about it.
Right.
People that come to us as members come because of that. God bless them. We welcome everybody. People come to support the causes we give money to.
Right.
The difference here is some of these companies, like Facebook, are taking sides, but they're not being transparent about it.
Exactly.
And that was our beef at Patriot Mobile with Big Mobile. And I don't want to go on a big sales pitch, but Big Mobile takes sides every day, and they say they don't. And Facebook is taking sides every day, and they say they don't. People should wake up.
Oh, yeah. Again, before it's too late. Are you seeing your reach on individual posts on Facebook and or Twitter? Are you seeing the reach that you're getting?
So you are being shadow banned?
Okay.
Yeah. I'm come from the music background.
Get that microphone right up there. There you go.
I come back from a music background. I've been under control of lots of Facebook accounts.
Right.
Spamming events, concerts. Hey, we're going to be in this town. We're going to be doing this. We're here. We're pushing it out over and over and over and over again, over and over and over again. And I've never seen anything like this. Ever since I started with Patriot Mobile, I haven't seen a standstill of we have 120,000 followers, and our posts are getting to 500.
Right. Yeah.
It is absolutely ridiculous.
Yeah.
Social media's payback for 2016. That's how I believe. That's what I believe.
Yeah.
This is their payback. They didn't do enough in 2016, and by God, they're going to do enough for 2020.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they are. They're pissed off still about 2016. They're going to do whatever they can to change the outcome, which again is the irony is just dripping all over this thing. And they did the same thing with the Rich Solution, which you wouldn't think. I mean, that's a supplement company essentially. I'm Gwen and her supplements in her book, but with the Doc Thompson Healthy Lifestyle Challenge Facebook group. they essentially muted their notifications because she posted I think it was a Tucker Carlson thing, and it had to do with fitness. It was not a political thing, a political post per se. It just, I think, had the right keywords in it. And of the 200 or 300 people that were part of this Facebook group, they stopped getting notices. And this is for essentially a take care of yourself. It's a lifestyle page.
I think, though, that even being associated with someone like us is dangerous nowadays.
Yes.
Being associated with someone like Ben Shapiro is dangerous nowadays. You have these companies who I feel like are afraid not to do something like support, like for Converse. I'll give you Converse, for instance. We were just talking about Converse and their new thing. I'm almost 100% certain, that they were approached for this kind of thing from like an activist group or maybe someone, and they couldn't say no. Saying no at this point is dangerous. They know what happens if you are even perceived to look like you are siding with the right in any way, shape, or form. Because look what happens to you guys.
They get pulled out in front, and
you're tarred and feathered virtually.
Tarred and feathered in public. That's exactly right.
And so what happened? Yeah, this is exactly what's going on right now. Social media is punishing people for not following the Causa Libre. They are punishing people for associating with values that don't line up with the radicals and the Silicon Valley elite. This is what's going on right now. And it's scary to think that. It's scary to think that you and I cannot practice our beliefs. And our beliefs are not radical. They're not horrible. Like lower taxes, freedom. Yeah,
right. Get that.
Exactly. Exactly.
For us, for our company, it's the Constitution, it's faith, it's family.
Yeah.
It's the tradition, it's the rule of law.
Yeah.
It's legal, secure borders. It's just basic things that exist today that our country was founded on.
Right.
It's not radical.
No.
And that's the strange thing is that we are, like you said, in the mainstream. We're fairly down the middle with a couple of exceptions, and it's just, it is stunning how this is happening all around us. And if we don't do something about it,
so there's the point. So what's a citizen to do?
Yeah.
What are people supposed to do? I mean, Facebook is a behemoth. They're going to do what Mark Zuckerberg and his crowd say they're going to do, and they'll claim independence.
Right.
But they're taking sides. So what are folks supposed to do?
We have the MeWe platform that we have. I don't know if do you guys have a presence on MeWe?
No.
Okay. And it honestly, we've all become so used to Facebook. It's comfortable. It's easy. We know how to maneuver it.
It's a household name now.
Yes. We know how to do it. The interface that we know what to do. If you go to MeWe, it's like, I got to learn this stuff again. I got to post it. But that's what you do is you go to the competition. You set up. That's what Gwen is going to do with the Facebook or with the Healthy Lifestyle Challenge group. Going to go over there. The MeWe's kind of the wild, wild west. There aren't a lot of rules, so it's freedom comes with responsibility. But that's one of the things you can do. And obviously, if you're listening right now and you're ready to get a cell phone account, if you're ready to change, if you're ready to get a brand new account, either way. Go to Patriot
I was going to
Mobile.
say the other thing that we could do is vote with our wallet.
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple things that people have. Some have more of one than other, and that is money. Right. They have their money.
Right.
There's the other thing they have that everybody has an equal amount. You can't create any more of it, and that's your time.
Yep.
So people that are listening to you guys every day and listening to the rest of MoJo, they're choosing how to spend their time, which is their attention, and that's the one thing we all get the same amount of.
Yeah.
So you have a choice, and think about where you and your family and your friends are spending your time, and you can spread that out as you see fit. And on the financial side, absolutely. Every dollar, some have more, some have less, but let's just make it pretty simple. Your money is powerful. You can pick your businesses. You can pick who you choose to have a relationship with. There is a level of practicality to it at some point. I mean, you got to have a place to live. You need electricity, et cetera.
For sure.
We would say that the cell phone business is similar in practical world. Pretty much everybody has to have a cell phone.
Oh, I would say cell phones are ubiquitous at this point. Yeah.
So we give them a path in that particular medium,
right,
to put their money to work for what they believe in. But there's others. Look, this is no secret. There are people out there who won't shop at certain places. There are people who stopped buying Nike when Nike took sides. There are people that stop going to the NFL. There are people that won't go to Target, etc. that works up to an extent for sure. There are businesses that are impacted by it, and the people that own those businesses, if you're a shareholder in that business, you're going, wait a second, is this the right thing to do, and is it impacting our business? Both. We're open about what we do.
Right.
And we don't look upon it as a boycott of Big Mobile per se. We look upon it, look, we're taking a side. We're very clear about it.
Yeah.
Come on over, come to Patriot Mobile, and we'll apply the money to the things that you believe in.
Right. And it's just simply voting with your wallet and
Right.
figuring out. I mean, like, this is why Chick-fil-A is so successful. Aside from the delicious food.
There's always a line at Chick-fil-A.
I love going to Chick-fil-A because they have.
You're skinny, dude. You're not eating anything.
I know,
Come on, eat like
right?
me at Chick-fil-A. Where's
I know.
Spoonie? Let's get the Spoonie.
I already told him the metabolisms like that really piss me off.
I'm drinking plenty of coffee and sugars in the morning.
From a
man.
nice Patriot
From
Mobile
the-
mug,
from
I
the
might
Patriot
add.
Mobile tumbler.
Well, so yeah, for the Jackhole Nation out there, blow up the Patriot Mobile site today.
Yeah.
And if you know people, I mean, maybe you don't need a new cell phone account. Maybe you know, whatever, for whatever reason, if you know people who do, send them toward Patriot Mobile. Mm-hmm. And it's patriotmobile.com/mojo, right?
Absolutely.
I knew
MoJo
that.
50. Mm-hmm.
MoJo, I
And
knew
we
that.
really appreciate you guys supporting us. We love partnering with you. We brought you a few little gifts. We have new
Hey.
T-shirts.
Is that a check for $1 million from
It is.
me?
Well,
No,
it's-
Ron took that.
It's in the tag.
Damn
but-
it, Ron!
Matt Locke is hearing about the $1 million right now. Matt's out there. He wants a
I
piece
love
of
it.
Matt, here is your T-shirt that says,
Oh, they can't hear me.
join.
Sign up for Patriot Mobile, and you get a free country.
How do you like that?
I like that.
For legal reasons.
I like that. You will be the proud new owner of America. America.
Yeah.
There you go.
I love this. Thank you.
He was
guys.
hoping for the $1 million check. But Lisa's right. We look. We love partnering with you guys. We've been with y'all since pre-MoJo days.
Oh, I know.
Going
Yeah.
back to the days of you guys and
I know.
the Blades, etc. When you came over here, we love it. And y'all keep working hard at what you're
and
doing.
we appreciate it. Even after Doc went on his extended vacation, we're still, we're waiting. He's
for him,
in
yeah.
Florida, and we're just, one of these days, waltz back through the door. But we appreciate you sticking with us, and I know we know that you have a quality product, and that's this thing.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't take advertising from junk.
Yeah.
Unless they write a huge check.
Yeah.
huge.
I mean, everybody has their price.
Right. Exactly. I mean, let's
Now
be
you're
honest.
sounding like Big Mobile, and that really is not right.
Oh, yeah. Come on. Nationwide service for.
If you're listening,
There you go.
he's kidding.
Yes. But you go to
Thank
Patriot
you.
Mobile. You can click on the check coverage so you can see if the coverage is good in your area because, again, it doesn't do you much good to get an account if you don't have good coverage there. So
You can also call us at 877-367-7524 if you'd like to talk to one of our U.S.-based team members. They're patriots just like you,
love
believe in
it.
the same things you do. Some of them pray with you on the phone. I mean, it's amazing.
Oh, yeah.
So
That is like
just-
that's
it's incredible. They,
So lady-
they say Merry Christmas. We don't get thank you cards and amazing positive reviews for nothing. We treat you
That's
right,
right.
and would
Well,
love to have you come over.
The agent that was highlighted in this thank you card, by the way, Angel, she is an angel. She'll pray with you on the phone.
Wow.
We got
That's-
no problem with that.
that's
Come
great.
on.
That really is great.
That is awesome.
Love you guys. Thank you so much for
Thank
Yeah,
you.
thank y'all so much for
Always
stopping
love being
by.
here.
and for the shirt.
Yeah,
Appreciate that.
seriously.
You know how
Wear
much-
this.
You know how much,
Right.
you know how much we can get for these shirts on eBay?
I don't know.
Oh man, we're gonna get rich.
There's that $1 million
Especially if
check.
they're signed by one of your team.
Exactly.
Thanks so
All right.
much, guys.
Thank you.
Ladies
Thank
and
you.
gentlemen,
Thank you so
for
much.
being here, and thank you
Thanks.
for supporting us
very much.
We do appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this whole social media thing is it's terrifying.
It's getting worse by the day, I have to say.
Yeah.
Every time I look at the news cycle, every time something happens, I hear about another ban or a suspension. Yesterday, I was reading about how a comic book site, a site called Bounding Into Comics, was wiped from Facebook. Now,
For what reason?
Well, Bounding Into Comics, it's I think it's safe to say that it's a right-leaning publication. Now, it's not in any way, shape, or form radical. It doesn't really do or say anything off the charts, weird.
Right.
It covers the news, and it covers the news that pertains to the gaming or comic book movie community, and just like I do. I do the exact same thing on Red State a lot. But they were recently just wiped from Facebook, and they weren't even told why. They weren't told why. They just said they violated community standards, and when they asked, well, what community standards did we violate? Facebook just went silent.
Sure.
Didn't tell
Well, again, it's they know you can't just walk across the street and go to,
right,
whatever book. But there is MeWe. And we're aware of MeWe's limitations and the challenges. But when Facebook first started, believe me, there was a learning curve there too. They've just had the advantage now over the years with a lot of money and a lot of people to streamline the process, and that's what's happening at MeWe.
Right.
They're working on streamlining the process. It's just going to take time. It's only, what, a year old, a little over a year old? So
it's a baby, and that's fine. It's the same thing with Parler. Parler News. Parler News is the Twitter.
Okay, good.
Is the alternative, and you have a whole bunch of people rolling over to Parler right now. In fact, Parler actually, they once Twitter started doing their nonsense, they shot up in users by the thousands. There was a quick surge. You probably haven't heard anything about them before.
No, I haven't.
Because
no,
you know why? It's
it.
Because that's where many conservatives chose to go after they were banned from Twitter. So you've got Laura Loomer, Alex Jones, Paul Joseph Watson. You have Sargon of Akkad. You have, Count Dankula. Like all these guys, they are over there at Parler right now, hanging out and talking. And good for them. I don't necessarily have to agree with a lot of the stuff that they say. I think Laura Loomer is psychotic, but it's whatever. I'm glad that she has a platform. I want everyone to be able to have a platform. Right. Look. Here's a lot of Mike. If you are a crazy person, the worst thing I feel like we can do is make them invisible.
Well, I want especially in the freedom of speech arena. I mean, we're protecting. That's the fringes where it's hardest to accept that right, the right of freedom of speech, because you have to protect the right for everybody, for sure. Even the idiots.
For sure, but it's not just that. It's not just that. Like if your ideas are actually really bad,
right,
or they're evil. And look, you're going to express them freely online, and I want you to because I want to see what kind of person you are. Right. I want to be able to expose you for the jackass, or the evil person that you are. Making people harder to find makes people investigate. It's called the Streisand effect. All right, it makes them investigate you. It makes them invest in you. All right, taking time out of your day to go and find you and listen to what you have to say, because there's a reason that they're shutting you up. Why is that? Now, you might find them and you might actually confirm, yeah, they're freaking crazy. Or you might look into what they're saying and maybe you kind of, something resonates.
By the way, if you find out that they are crazy, don't marry them. I've done that.
Don't marry Alex Jones.
Cannot recommend it.
Don't marry Alex Jones.
I'm glad that Maury and the gang were able to come in here, because
me too.
That's two of our sponsors that have been bullied, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, for lack of a better term.
Yeah.
By social media. And if we don't all start doing something, we're going to find ourselves back into a corner, and it's I hate to say it's going to be too late, because I would like to think that's never too late, but it certainly is going to be more difficult.
And it's
to get things changed than it is right now.
And it's definitely important to remember they are so powerful right now because we are giving them the power.
Yes.
We are the one participating. And I realize it's hard. It's difficult not to participate, especially at this point in time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't just say well, then get off of Facebook. That's every time someone says that,
MeWe
I'm just
and Parler.
shut up. Look, I can't just do that. But the point is, look, you are giving them the power. You have the power to give someone else power too.
You sounded just like Peter Brady just then.
Did I?
Yeah. Peter, that was his dad's name, right? What was the name?
Was it?
Was it? Who was the dad on Brady Bunch? Not Greg, not Peter, not Bobby. It was. What the hell is wrong with you two? My support system here is going blank on me.
That was before my time.
Mike.
Thank you. Mike. You sounded like Mike Brady.
Oh, thank you.
That was a long way to go for that one, wasn't it? Let's just wrap this thing up, shall we?
What do you mean it's let's go?
That is it, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end of Doc Thompson's Daily Mojo. But before we go, as always, let's find out what we learned today. We learned that Da Vinci was an incredible man. Smacking duck, not so much. We learned there's a lot of low-hanging fruit in the shower. You know what I'm saying. And we know that we learned that Yellowstone is not going to erupt because squirrel.
Yeah.
They're just going to keep distracting.
Fine.
Yeah, we'll be.
Fine.
Nothing to see here. Ow! My foot is on fire. Ow!
Ow.
Nothing to see here.
For some odd reason, I've been petrified while I was hugging
The
my
Brandon
dog.
Morse from RedState.com, and all of his fabulous articles. Go there, click on all of them at Red State. The Brandon Morse. What, if anything, did you learn today?
I learned that life isn't fair. That you can't run over
Whoa,
protesters in the
wait
street.
a minute.
And you can get your dick cut off by a teacher.
Wow.
Today was
Sounds
just a
so
very
harsh.
letdown
It's,
day. Let me tell you, folks.
Just, I feel like,
Yeah. Also, you have to choose.
Hang on. This is
Also, you kind of have to choose between having diabetes and having your junk eaten by bacteria.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Hi, I'm Wilford Brinley.
Hi.
You've got the diabetes.
Oh, as far as everything else is concerned.
What did those jackholes learn today? What did that cute little bunch of jackholes learn today?
Our cute little bunch of jackholes, man. They learned a lot of stuff. For instance, first off, let me
Stick it in there. Stick it in. Just push it in.
Sticking it in there, Brad. Here we go.
Right.
Leprechaun, take it.
Bell count for today's show. There were 26 missed innuendo bells.
26.
25 actual bells.
25.
0 horns.
No horns.
1 AOC.
Guitar solo.
0 Bidens.
That's okay. We don't need any more Bidens.
And 3 rim shots.
3 rim shots. Hang on, one more.
Have a great day. Peace out, everybody.
Oh, there were 3 airy dairies.
Right? Right? Who?
What's that commercial or that cartoon with the DMV where he goes in? There were 3. God bless him. He talks so slow.
Zootopia.
Yeah.
The sloth. The sloth of the DMV.
Holy crap.
How may I help you?
Just Peachy said after 3 wieners, Ron starts gagging.
I noticed that.
And Kirk Slightly Venomous Jackal said, Rebel Wilson beat me to inappropriately touching Anne Hathaway.
No kidding. I mean, if there's going to be a line, I'm in it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
I'll cross it, baby. We'll get to those new numbers on procrastination as soon as Doc Thompson returns from his Florida vacation. Remember, your Daily Mojo is a Ron Phillips Guy Behind the Wall production. Wherever you go, whatever you do, live by the 5 rules, and you got a shot at being right and being happy. Good night, Doc Thompson.
Wherever you are!
Go to Patriot Mobile. Get an account today.
This is the seditious, rabble-rousing, liberty-loving, home of fun, entertaining, and compelling talk.